Sure as hell.
Okay.
Years of.
Hello,
Songwriting
everybody.
has given me that skill.
We are live over on the stream, and we are waiting for one player. Just a quick announcement in terms of one of our players unfortunately can't be here today because his computer has stopped recognizing his RAM. Rival, sending our love. Hope you fix it. But yes, I will also have to rejigger everything you see on the stream because obviously I need to. There we are. There we are.
The devil.
Speak of the devil and.
The devil does appear.
Yeah, right. Give me a moment. I need to switch to the player tab 6.
I have no idea what frame it's going to be with the camera because it's kind of a weird. Well, it's a laptop, you know. I can't move it.
This is.
it is where it
but
is.
not safely.
Why is there two copies of my face?
Also, it's not loading.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Oh, because
okay,
the cam's.
You get my chin and Para's face. It's
Oh wait, what? I'm now halfway through there.
Hang on.
Oh wait, there's two.
Ah!
Oh, I'm good for that.
I'm covered in rivals' names.
Paris
I'm
play the
in
keeper.
widescreen. This is fine. I can't zoom in anymore.
Soapy's in the right place. Nice.
I'm just, chilling on the sofa.
Right.
Just as I planned.
Also, I have a really high-tech system of being able to play this game, and it's a notepad.
I mean,
'cause
that's
all I have right
that's all you'll pretty much need. Don't worry.
now.
Yeah, that's.
I sure hope so.
Right.
This is all I got.
An envelope.
Let's play musical
Which I
chairs with the
definitely
webcams.
show the other
Give me.
side of.
I've come prepared. I've got regular ruled. I've got graph paper. I've got blank paper for sketching.
Oh
and
my god.
slightly darker blank paper.
We can see who the nerds are here. Who's turning up to class with like a whole backpack and who just came with a pen.
My notebook is leather. My notebook is leather. It has Cthulhu's face on it.
Oh my goodness. I need to get another chair. I need a table chair. I don't have.
If you turn a chair as a table, is it just a table then?
That's what an engineer would say. An engineer would say it is whatever you make it be. So.
Hey, Para, how hot is it where you are? Because, oh my lord.
She just left.
Yeah, I know.
Don't you guys all live in within a few hundred miles of each other?
I mean, but the UK's
UK's temperatures differ a lot.
Hello. What is occurring? Sorry.
I'm a
there's cake
4-hour
on me.
boat ride away.
Right. So this is player tabs on 6.
Oh my goodness. This
so
is,
I need to
I don't recommend
hide
this.
Lord Hartwell.
I recommend staying at a desk if you're gonna use a computer. That's
sure, why not? 25 degrees where you are, Mikey? Yeah, add 10 where I am, and I'm in a stupid suit. Why am I doing this? And then...
Despite the fact I'm only a couple of 100 miles away, it's 20 degrees colder here.
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
Suffer for your art.
It's colder
Suffer
here
for my
in
art.
Florida than it is for Midge right now.
Yep.
I think it's all right here, but
Oh
I
yeah.
get very cold.
I went into my porch to get a pizza. It was being delivered, and I went into the porch, and the porch was 42 degrees. I was like, "Give me the food."
That's just that's not
a
right.
severe no. That's a no from me.
Yeah.
Oh god, and I'm gonna have to change the other one as well. La da 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 da. Working out things on the fly. Everything is right except there's double para. Why is there double para?
That doesn't need to be two
What?
of me.
What?
One of me is enough of a mess. I need something flat for my table chair.
There's me. I need to be up there.
I'm okay with there being 2 of me, because one's just enough.
Okay, I'm just getting all the tabs ready. Why
did I put so many points into mounted combat?
Because you're an idiot.
Was I drunk when we did this?
Maybe. There was a lot of mountains in England.
No, not mountain combat. Mounted, as in on a horse.
I'm okay with. I mean, that would make mountain combat would make more sense than mountain.
Well, I don't know. The French might invade again, and have all their armory from 400 years ago.
Oh boy.
Cavalry.
I mean,
effective
I know why.
Mountain
you're
makes
still
sense.
Half Polish, and you were thinking about
Mountain makes sense for Borgvard because he's Norwegian. It's just all mountains.
Yeah. You
know
could
what,
just
maybe
you could just like
maybe
cross
that's a
out one letter
Maybe that's a
on the
typo.
on the sheet.
No, it's definitely mounted combat because we had a whole
Yeah, I know, but
conversation
we
about
could-
joust.
Oh,
You know,
you can buy a lance in the character book as well.
I
You
have a
can.
horse.
That's the reason.
So,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh wait, I'm turning it back.
Right. Okay. Okay, folks. Let us begin, shall we? So, before we actually delve into the story,
I'm ready.
welcome everybody to the first session of Call of Cthulhu, the Kingfisher Files, which is a story written by me, and I've been joined by these lovely people. Like I said earlier, Rival, our 6th player, couldn't make it today because his computer pretty much exploded, and he's been trying to fix it all day, bless him, and he's not had a very good day for computers. Let's just put it that. But let's everybody introduce ourselves from. Let's go along the top, using Discord, left to right, from the top.
But Discord is different to the actual.
Yeah. It's
Fuck. Yeah. Okay.
They can use another goddamn. We all don't have 7 monitors, Midge.
Shit.
We don't-
Shit.
You know, I've got one screen today. Like, that's it. It does everything.
Okay, let's go left to right, bar me on Roll20 because you guys all have Roll20 open for sure.
Right, so that's me first then.
Yeah.
All 20.
Well, I am Willem Compagnie. I am originally from Banten, Java. I am an investigative reporter, and I'm here on holiday.
You're gonna want me to change that on you. On roll 20.
No, that's not
Okay.
being shown. It doesn't matter.
Oh. Well, yeah, but for everyone else, make it better. I am Artemis Sheffield. I'm a woman, which honestly limits pretty much everything about me in this day and age, which is sad, but that's fine. I live in St. Craythorne, the place that we're gonna do the thing in. So yeah,
You're a native of St. Craythorne. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we actually also just mention who these people are for people that might be listening? So the first person was,
Mas Toast.
and then second we had.
Para,
There we are. Okay.
chameleon. I don't know. Are we doing second names?
So yeah, just do your handle and then introduce who you're playing. I think I should have specified. My bad.
Yeah, right. I'm Kazoo Raptor. I'm playing Captain Arthur Byron, a military officer. He's from Aylesbury in England. He's got some fun PTSD. Great. About it. He's here on invitation of a friend.
Okay. I'm Sokitra. I'm Robert Bobby Quirk. I'm a mechanic from the Isle of Man, but I'm here for a funeral of a family member.
Oh, and I guess that leaves me. I'm Veteran Magnus from the Magnus Games, and I am Baron Borgfard Gunderson, and I am the 13th Baron of Hammerfest from Norway, and I am here in England searching for helium because I am planning on. I'm serious. My character is here looking for helium stores because he's trying to make the first circumnavigation of the globe in a blimp.
So we've got our comedic relief character then.
Hang on,
Indeed.
How
you're
is that
looking-
funny? This
you're
is
looking
serious.
for helium.
He wants to get high.
It's
can't-
quite rare this day and age.
And
Okay, so you can't just buy it, even though you're ridiculously rich.
I am ridiculously rich, but no, it's really more of an industrial thing. It's really hard to get your hands on. That's why the whole Hindenburg thing happened.
hasn't happened
Is-
yet.
Wait,
Is going to happen.
Premonitions already, and we haven't even
What is that,
delved into the
31?
deep
that's
madness.
going to be a fun one. I think.
31 or something, 36? I don't remember what that
36.
was.
36,
In the
37,
future,
I
that's
think.
a...
And
Hasn't happened.
I am, for those who don't know, I am Midgeman, and I will be the keeper for this series and this story. I am the dungeon master, if you're familiar with D&D, and I am everybody who's playing's worst nightmare. So,
Customer service.
let's service with a smile that will never leave your face.
So the
let-
Joker.
Maybe. Okay, so it is the 14th of September. The year is 1924. Worldwide, tensions are high, and the world is still reeling from the Great War. like a vorpal wound on the surviving generation, its scars are felt all over. Even
How do you spell
in...
vocal?
How do I spell vorpal?
Vorpal.
But also, what does it mean?
It's a
Decapitation.
Ethereal.
never. It's a wound that never heals.
Okay.
It's a Lord of the Rings reference, technically, I think.
Okay.
That's what Frodo gets stabbed with, you know. Anyway.
I think it.
Back
I
to
think
the
it was used
intro.
in Alice in Wonderland first.
Oh yeah, no, it is Alice in Wonderland.
The Jabberwock.
It's felt even in the smallest of places. Despite this, the opposite could be said for the quiet English town ahead. After scratching the surface, you'll find in this town that wounds of the Great War do still run deep, but something runs deeper. The locals of the town refuse to speak. Their stories shake the core of any weak-willed individuals. Some of you are here for work-related reasons. Some of you may be in town as part of a holiday. Some of you may even be residents. None of you are aware of what's about to happen next. And we're going to start off with two of our characters. And these are the two characters who are furthest away from home. You're on a night train, and it slows to a halt, and you see an atrophying sign for the town of St. Craythorne to the right, out of the train window. This is on two very different carriages. We have William Copinier. I can't say his name properly. It's going to be great. We've got foreigners, and I'm already going to be struggling with these names. And who, as we have just been told, is a Dutch Javan national.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have, in the first class carriage of the train, Borgvard Gunderson, a baron from Norway.
In a train, he's not, flying in a plane or something. I'm surprised.
His own first class carriage.
I did ask.
Stoop
Midge
to
if I
English
could-
train travel.
I did try to buy an entire dirigible with a gun on, with a howitzer on it, but Midge wouldn't let me.
Yeah, and
Thank God.
just to inform you guys, this is Southern Rail, so...
Oh God, no! Please.
Anyway.
Is there sanity rolls for that already, or just like...
Yeah, I need you all to... No. It's not quite what you said. The town isn't quite what you had expected from any of the pamphlets you saw. Borgvard, you're not intending to stay long. This is just a mere stop between London and your chosen destination on your search. But, Willem, you came here because you wanted to see what true rural life was like in the UK as part of your reports. The station feels isolated and cold despite its relatively new-looking electrical fittings. The lights on the platform hum in their brass cages. The ticket office is closed for the night, and the turnstiles are locked open. So, you come through unhindered. Willem, you turn, and there is a young man who clearly does work at the station. He was on the train. He's jumped onto the train, and he has pulled your motorbike from one of the storage carriages, and brought it round to the front of the station.
Much obliged.
And for Borgvard, parked outside the station is an Austin 12 with the engine humming. There's a rotund man standing there smoking a pipe, and he steps into the light of a street lamp once he notices you, and he says, you must be the gentleman I've been sent to collect. My name's Dennis Argent, and I'm one of the local taxi man, and the landlady of the Chesterfield has sent me to come get you.
Chesterfield, you said?
The Chesterfield, yes, which is the large inn / hotel in the center of the town.
All right, I'm gonna do the kind of do the Picard tug on my clothes a little, straighten myself out, and give a quick half about. Be like, Borgvard Gunderson, let's get out of this shit-stained heap as fast as we can.
Right, you are. And he opens the rear door of the Austin 12, and you get in. It's one of those.
You better get used to that fucking accent.
Christ.
It's he lets you into the car and closes the door. Willem, you are also heading to the Chesterfield. It's pretty much the only place to stay within town. And you overhear this conversation. You think, there's someone I can follow, so I don't have to use a map. So just to help you along, you decide to hop on your bike. You start revving the engine, and you're gonna you can. You'll follow casually follow along indeed. Once inside, Dennis turns on the headlamps and takes off for the main town. Unfortunately, they had to build the station a little ways away from the original town in account of the marshland. But no doubt they'll plop a new housing estate on the old forest the other side of the tracks. Don't worry, we'll be at the Chesterfield in no time. And I need both Willem and and Borgvard to make a luck roll, if you can.
Okay, so which one do we click?
So for luck, it is it's just the D100. It's a
Okay.
and it's
The green one.
It's do we actually have the ability to roll luck? Yeah, we will. It was the. Hold on. Let me roll one of these.
Do you want me to just roll on the table?
I can
Yeah,
do
no.
that as
It's
well.
the green. It's the green die. If you're using Roll20. Okay.
Oh dear.
So is it I rolled a 44?
No, yeah, you rolled a 40. Yes, you rolled a 44. And wow, you are quite the lucky person, Borgvard. Anyway.
That's what my grandfather told me.
So
Oh, I flunked that.
the journey seems to be going pretty uneventfully when you actually, Willem, you notice this first, that the Dennis, the guy who's driving Borgvard's
Wait,
car.
low is good in this, isn't it?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Wheelhouse.
Yeah, yeah, Ben. This might be your game. Dennis
my
obviously
special guy.
already passed the police on the way up, but around 5 minutes into the journey, you both actually end up slowing the car. The car gets slowed, and Willem, you have to slow your bike because up ahead you see a police car and another car that's been driven off the road.
Oh dear.
And Dennis looks to see if there's a way round. Just, given that sort of cursory, can I just overtake here? And he goes. Instead, he pops his head out the car and says, "All right, George, what's happening here then?" And one of the police officers turned around, and it's a kind of a tall fellow, and he goes, "Nothing great, Dennis. Mr. Parsons hit a deer. A mighty strange one at the look of that. Something must have freaked it and made it run into road like it did." "Christ, is Jim all right?" He's fine. Can't say his motor is, though. Basically, there is what sounds like to be a crash up ahead. And I ask the two players that are in the situation, what would they prefer to do?
How far
Well, I
are we
have no
from?
clue where to go.
How far are we from the Chesterfield?
Do you ask this to Dennis? Or
Oh yes.
because you don't know. The Chesterfield is only another about a 10 minutes drive, but I can't see around these guys. They might move their cars in a minute.
Is it just straight ahead from here?
Are you asking me, Willem?
No, I'm asking Dennis.
Oh, you're shouting ahead.
I pulled up next to the car to see what's happening. So you're looking for the Chesterfield as well. Yeah, no, it's straight down the London Road, and you just keep going into town, and once you get to the square, it's on the main square. is there enough space for me to maneuver my bike around?
With a motorbike? Yeah, there probably is.
Say, I'm not fucking walking like 3 kilometers through a British swamp in the middle of the night. I'm sitting in the back of my rolls.
Right.
It's
I'd
at
like
this.
to shout out to the police officer.
Yep. Yeah, go for it.
Is it okay for me to pass?
The police officer looks at you and goes, yeah, just give us a minute, will you? And he turns back to towards this carcass that's apparently on the ground, and Dennis actually, hold on. Yep. So Dennis actually gets out of the car, and he's going to go over and have a look at the carcass. And you see the police officer get in his car, and he budges it a little bit in, try to avoid this carcass on the floor. And yeah, there's enough room for you to keep going if you need to now, Willem.
Well, I'll just drive on ahead then.
Okay, I need
Take
you
a
to
glance.
make a sanity check.
Yeah, I was afraid for that. Sanity, here we go. Green again.
Yes.
Straight sanity, right? Oh god. Why am I rolling this high?
Okay.
Your high rolls will come back to bite you, mate.
Okay. I will save what you see just in case Borkvard ends up seeing it as well. But I need you to take 1 point of sanity damage.
Which one was the temporary one?
Let me have a look.
On the left, I believe.
Yeah, temp's the one on the left.
Okay. Sorted.
So Borkvard, what are you doing? Are you just sitting and waiting in the car?
Yeah.
Okay. You see from the back of the car, because because they're beamed in the headlights. You see Dennis walk over to the corpse of this creature, and you see him do that little that sort of need to steady himself, and he goes over and sort of leans on the back of the police car, and you see you caught the name. It was George, the police officer, just go and sort of pat him on the back, and then scratch his head, and he goes back to taking the statement of Jim, the other guy you did catch the name of. So
I'm just gonna kind of like raise up the stump of where my right hand used to be and look at it and shake my head.
And after about a minute and a half,
I'm missing a hand. Just
handy to know.
Work far without it, or with it.
Oh yeah, true. And then
I still have it. It's just not attached to me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And then Dennis comes back to the car once he's sort of taken a breather, and there's actually now enough room that the police have kind of finished up. They've managed to push. You've actually been sat there for a little bit now, Borkvard, because they had to move a couple of cars and all sorts to try and allow you through, but you finally got through. Like George, you overheard George saying to them, "We've got quite a high-paying customer, and he's a noble apparently." And the police were like, "Oh, all right, okay, and they put in a little bit of extra effort, but they moved out the car.
On the way past, I'm gonna roll the window down and flick a halfpenny at the cop.
Okay. Actually, can you give me a
Can you say that again, please?
Flick a halfpenny at the cop?
a halfpenny.
A halfpenny.
Can you roll me
That's how
dex?
we say it here.
Can you
Is it so? Just so I know in the future, what's the difference between the purple and the green die?
Okay, purple is for a different game mode, basically. As far as I'm aware. Okay, you flick a penny and that's a 96. You flick the penny at the halfpenny, and it actually catches the police officer in the eye. And he's like, "Oh God, fuck!" And Dennis notices.
I made sure I did it while the car was moving.
Oh yeah,
Dennis
Dennis actually notices it in the rearview mirror and takes off a little bit quicker down towards. But because you opened the window and looked towards it, Ben, I need you to make a sanity check as well.
Yeah, I figured that was coming, but I meta knowledge, I didn't know that would make me make a thing, so I had to take it.
Very true, very true.
Oh my god.
I also need to make a note that George Parker over there now might
George
have
will
a...
remember that.
George will remember that. You just hit him in the eye with a halfpenny which is both weird because you don't tip a police officer in the UK.
I'm not from here.
Exactly.
I'm not sure that you do in Norway either.
I know.
I think he just likes throwing money at poor people.
I think
That's
it's
more like
frowned
it.
upon in most
Yeah, it's just
democratic nations.
weird sort of bribery as well because it's a halfpenny. This guy I think he gets like quite a bit more than that an hour.
If it was a guinea,
I mean, that
okay,
was as far as that, because I didn't check the
Are you
chart
sure?
there. But I thought that was the lowest thing I saw on there.
A police officer on night duty, yes.
Here, let's pull that back up. I seem to remember halfpenny being the lowest denomination I can remember.
It's basically the equivalent of just throwing coppers at people then.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
god.
I mean,
Halfpenny comes from a literal
Oh!
penny cut in half at one point.
yeah.
Coppers at coppers.
So I could have thrown a farthing at him.
If
Oh,
you haven't
bye.
got a heart, I mean... okay, so yeah...
Nah,
can you-
halfpenny will do. Halfpenny's fine.
Oh, you succeeded the sand roll, so it doesn't affect you. But what you both
So,
see...
what did we see?
Yeah,
So,
good
because you didn't actually get much of a look at it, you didn't get a chance to see the full extent, but from what you did saw, the deer carcass is heavily mutilated. The impact with the car has left a large gaping hole in its side. And from the looks of the injuries, you do, however, notice why the officers said it looked weird. The deer looks both malnourished, and it's missing its eyes. And daisy-chained between its horns, you just about notice, are wild flowers. That's all you see, and bar that little bump in the road, you guys make it to the Chesterfield the rest of the way pretty much unscathed. But before that, I'm going to switch to another character. And I'm going to turn... we are going to go to the captain. So, you're driving down the marsh road, and it's a long one. And it's been over an hour or so before you saw more than about 3 houses. You know, when you're just going down country roads in the UK.
Yeah, I know very well, actually, yeah.
For a long time. The biggest cluster of houses you've seen in about 3 hours is 3 houses. You are in the middle of nowhere. You're a little exhausted by any of the literature that's been provided. You actually have hired a driver for this evening. Just because it's been such a long journey, you didn't want to drive all the way because you wanted to try and get there in one night, and so you've hired a driver in. It's still your car, but you've got a
Hired some random twat to drive it for
basically, yeah. It's one of those things. You picked him up at a service station. He's driving, while you just get to sit back and have a kip if you need to. You look up and you notice that the driver you've hired is looking at you in like out the corner of his eye. One of those sort of, and it's one of those notices where he goes, "Oh shit," and then he goes, "Oh, it won't be long now, sir. We're about 10 minutes away."
Good. What's his name, by the way?
The driver's name is Peter.
Okay.
His name is Peter Smalls. I don't know if you've caught the last name or not, though, but you can have it anyway.
Okay.
So
And it's like night right now, isn't it?
It is night. Yes, this is about the same time. You've known the Bexleys for a while. This is the first time you're going to have visited their family home. And the upcoming party seems like the perfect opportunity to come spend some time with an old pal of yours from the war. You'll know that Theodore Bexley, the Viscount of Bexley Hall, and he is the local noble, shall we say, in the area. He was, at the time, yours and his units were both serving at Passchendaele. You met at Passchendaele, and he was a major and the most senior officer that was in your trenches, and you all shared the officer's dugout between the two units. And you'll know that he was part of the 27th Division. He wasn't the same regiment as you. He was a different regiment, but you kind of got along quite chummy. But it's been a while since you've seen him. In fact, you might have actually not seen him since France.
Okay.
And there's going to be a number of other of your service pals here. So you thought it would be a great time for you all to get back together at Blighty, to put it. And the Peter, he turns to you again. Oh, he points out. Look, sir, it's up on that hill. That there is Bexley Hall.
What is it? Is it just like a large manor house then?
On the hill of above the marshland, you see a large, and I mean large, Edwardian manor house, silhouetted against the deep blues of the clear night sky. It's pretty overbearing, but its windows, they emanate quite a warm glow, which you kind of get a sense of homeliness. It's a bit abstract to see such a large building in what is essentially forest and bogs look so homely, because you've seen big houses before. You've driven past them in to where you live. You live in quite a reasonable house, but you've seen some big houses in the area where you live, and normally they give off that vibe of being very cold and not as welcoming. But this feels quite comfortable, and it brings a smile to your face to know that actually this stay might not be as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Fiat wasn't lying about his wealth, clearly.
He's a vice count.
Just happens to be one rank above me.
Also a type of biscuit.
It is a type of biscuit. You're correct. So before long, you pull up along the gravel driveway. The entrance to the estate is ungated, but the gate posts are marked by a path. And the figureheads on the gate are made of this quite beautiful dark stone. And on the statuettes depict images of hooded robed figures, with one with brilliant wings and the other with antlers. The one with antlers is grasping a shield, and its other hand is pointed towards the sky.
Interesting.
Your car continues up the path in front of the house, and you step out, and your driver rushes round to your boot and starts unloading your bags because he thinks it's part of his job. You get the impression that...
Stop. It's all right.
Right, oh yeah, he grabs his little peak cap and sort of just steps back and just kind of stands there awkwardly. Yeah, he's done obviously lorry driving a lot before. That's where his main thing is. You don't get the impression he's done a lot of fancy car driving. But you also get the impression that your car's quite nice, and he probably would have taken this job no matter what, because it was the chance to drive a very nice car. Give me a spot hidden check.
Okay, I'm decent at these. It's the purple one, right?
No, green.
Okay.
Success. Wasn't very hard. I'm not going that all of these are always going to be it might come up with success, but they might not always be. So do bear with me on those. You actually see a man staring at you from the porch of the manor house, saying nothing. You get from the silhouette that he's wearing quite dark clothing. You can make out the faint edges of tailcoats, and he also seems to be wearing gloves.
I'm just gonna look up to him and say, "Can I help you?"
Greetings. I'm guessing you are the captain, Captain Byron?
Indeed. Mm-hmm. Very same.
My name is Clifton. I am the head of the household for the Bexleys.
A pleasure to meet you, Clifton.
He doesn't extend his hands or anything. In fact, they remain firmly behind his back. He kind of does give you a
And a handshake again, I
courteous...
see.
He does give you a courteous nod. Unfortunately, the Viscount has taken to leave for London for business. Lady Bexley has, however, asked you to join her at the local public house in town after you get settled.
Theodore never was one for timetables. Yeah, of course, no problem.
I will take you to your rooms in the North Wing, and then have one of our drivers take you into town. Does the gentleman with you require taking anywhere?
I just look to him and just sort of raise an eyebrow.
Peter goes, if you'd be so kind, a lift to the station would be great, thank you. Right, very well, and he just he turns just sort of into the doorway and presses a couple of buttons and you hear some bells ring. And then after about a minute and a half, more staff for the house kind of rush out. Two of them grabbing your bags, and another one taking Peter to what you assume is going to be some garages around the side of the building. And do not worry about paying him, sir. We will have that covered for you.
Right. It seems that you certainly have the money for it. I'm just looking about the house, almost like, it's interesting. I'm a bit like almost overwhelmed a little bit by the wealth.
Yeah, I would say that the wealth of this place is certainly that. This is think Downton Abbey. Think big building, and this is right this way, and he leads you inside. I'll take you to your room in the North Wing and have when you're ready, just ring the bell in the room, and I will send a driver to take you into town.
All right.
So you step in and you instantly notice that the interior of Bexley Hall is beautiful. It's a successful mix of old and new, and that only the really, really rich but also young could achieve. It's lit with various electrical lights and also candlelit chandeliers. And right in front of you, there is a main door, and behind that is a set of stairs. And you notice that the set of stairs splits into three directions: one up to the right, one up to the left, and then one straight up further, as if it keeps going up further stories on one section, and then the other two go around a balcony area and take you to different wings of the building. And there's an open door, and you can see into what is essentially the main hall of Bexley Hall. And you see a multitude of ceiling-to-floor bookshelves that are just littered with literature. It seems
interesting.
At least one of the Bexley's lineage was kind of erudite. This is more than some public libraries have. This is a absurd amount of books. At the far end, you just get a glimpse of this great big fireplace, and it's like big enough that a grown man could stand up inside it and not have to duck. It's extravagant, and you also give me another spot hidden check.
Okay.
Or if you have any skills or relating to building styles, architecture, anything of the sort, I'd bar the bin.
I'll be honest. I'm gonna go the spot hidden.
Yeah, go Rose. An extreme success. Okay, that's perfect.
I got eyes, boys.
So, you actually notice that your keen eye picks up the fact that there is the remnants of walls in the building. Like you know when you look up and you can see like the support beams of where a wall once was. You notice that throughout, and you can see as if this main hall has been knocked through multiple times to make this gigantic feasting hall-esque ballroom. You would acquaint this to more of a ballroom than a series of. So like all the parlors over the different generations have been built into this one Bexley Hall. I actually also need you to roll a d6 now.
Oh, hang on. I'll use this one. I've got my desk.
Yeah.
If that's fine with you.
That's fine. Just tell me what you've got, and I will tell you what.
3.
So this is bedroom assignment. Let's see what you got.
There's the luck of not having one of a landmine underneath the bed.
Okay, so you get led up, and you take a left at the top of the stairs, and go around, and Clifton takes you to the room because this is the South Suite, and you enter this room, and the South Suite is less careful than the rest of the house. While a large room, it is filled with dust from and a lot of heirlooms, which you think are kind of less desirable, the ones they don't tend to keep on public display everywhere. There's like a bust that's kind of half covered with a sheet, and it kind of juxtaposes the rest of the house. One interesting thing you do notice is there is 3 suits of armor in like completely different styles decorating the room. And
could I try and like figure out what styles they were of a history roll or something?
Yeah, if you want to, go for it.
Nope.
You make the assumption that they're kind of all medieval era. But without the proper reference books, you wouldn't be able to tell me exactly what they are. But you also do notice in that there is a various amount of weapons in the room, either just pinned to the wall or in display cases. There's like a number of there's various swords and flintlocks and Clifton, just before he goes, he makes a note, noticing you notice the weapons, and he goes, some of the blades are edged, and I would be careful with some of the flintlocks. I do believe that some of them have powder in.
I wasn't intending to stick my head in front of them.
And the Viscount's father was a fanatic for the more martial arts. And then you see Clifton sort of back out the room and go. Not even saying goodbye, he kind of just...
Charming man.
So, what do you want to do?
Just sort of sit down, have a... That's an improvement of a dugout, at least. And just sort of lie on the bed a bit.
Okay.
I assume it's also dust-covered.
Yeah. You notice that the bedding is fresh, but like the bed knobs, it's a big bed. It's about a queen size, and this is what you would assume was someone's main bedroom at one point, but it just hasn't been used. And you notice that the posts of the bed are literally caked in a layer of dust. Like, if you had allergies or anything of the sort, you would be spluttering right now.
Thank God I have Icon.
I did have to check.
Yeah. I'm just going to sort of, like, brush like a bit of it away and just... No use staying in here. I'll ruin my lungs myself. I'm just going to ring the bell or whatever he said to do.
Okay, no worries. And a driver arrives and he starts leading you to the garage. We are then going to jump players again. So that's 3 down. We got 2 to go. All right, we are going to jump to Bobby. Hello, Bobby. So today has been one of those days for you that just seems to drag. Working through. Sorry, I needed to double check this. Grandfather or grandmother that died? Grandfather. Good. I had it right. Working through your grandfather's things just kind of felt really... It just made the day drag even longer, and everyone was just getting on your nerves. You put the kettle on the stove and you brew yourself a tea. Sitting down with your beverage, you sit in the living room and you look at your calendar hanging on the wall. It's the 14th. You remember an old friend, Jessica, someone that you quite often would meet up with when you came to visit your grandparents, actually invited you out tonight for a few drinks down at the Chesterfield. She's actually been working away for some time and has only just come back as well, so it's kind of a bit fate-like that you've both appeared in the area. And she thought, oh, we'll make the most of it and go for a drink. But you've still got about 3 hours before you said you'd meet her. So I'm actually going to leave this open to, is there anything particular you would want to do?
Probably read a book for a little bit.
Read a book? Give me a spot hidden roll. You notice that you realize that you kind of want to read a book, and you you realize that you've actually packed quite a lot of them away for taking to local charities and whatnot, just to get them out of the house, clear up after your grandfather's passing. But eventually, after about half, because you're determined to find this book, after about half an hour, you do find a small collection of books that your grandfather actually used to read you quite a lot when you were a kid. There's all sorts of relative children's classics, including some American literature. There's kids' British nursery rhymes. There's an assortment of I don't want to say an actual title before I just quickly check the date on it. Give me a moment. I just have one of those things. There's a couple of copies of real classic British children's literature. You've got a copy of Alice in Wonderland. There is a copy of it's an assortment of British folklore and classic sort of British tales. You remember quite fondly that the story of like Robin Hood and some of like the King Arthur story are in that book. And feel free to pick one.
The folklore.
You want to read the folklore one? Yep, no worries.
Mm-hmm.
Mark down on your character sheet that you have read recently a folklore book, because I might allow you to weigh that into certain things if you get into it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's is there anything else you'd like to do? Because you've got the time is yours. You're very relatively you're relatively comfortable in the town, so
I'll probably unpack my toolkit and just check, sort of tidy away everything. Sort of.
Yeah, all right. You finish unpacking your things for your stay until the funeral, and you get your tools out. Your grandfather, luckily in his life, managed to maintain enough money that he's actually got a little bit of a workshop out the back as well, at the home. So you just put your tools in there and supplement. You find that, I probably didn't need to bring quite a lot of my toolkit. There's quite a lot in here. You notice that there is actually a bench, like a workbench, which has both clamps, files, and it's actually got a little bit of a wood turning station, so you can if you ever so desired, there's wood turning, and there's a small little gas powered saw as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think the word you're looking for is lathe.
Lathe? No. It's a wood turning lathe, isn't it? Yeah.
A lathe. Yeah. Well, if there's time, I'd probably just fiddle around with the turning and.
Yeah. Okay.
Things.
Give me a Give me an intelligence roll followed by a dexterity roll.
Mhm.
So,
You lathed off your arm.
Well, I'm already missing some fingers, so you know.
well, that might have what threw the dexterity roll there.
Yeah.
You have a look at this lathe and you turn it on and you get a large piece of hardwood and you put it between the lathe and you get some of the files out and then you notice it starts making sparks. Maybe you are using possibly the wrong type of wood and the wrong type of files on this lathe, and I need you now to throw me a. I'm trying to think what checks would this be.
I have operate heavy machinery skill. If that.
Okay.
would be
Yeah.
better. I have.
Throw me an
I work with
operate.
machinery
Throw me an operate heavy machinery skill. Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not very good at that either.
You notice the sparking in time that you managed to shut off the machine before you set fire to it, but not before any of the sparks actually singed your trousers a little bit. So now you've got a bit like one of those singe marks inside in like your trouser leg, and it kind of burnt a little bit, but not enough to do any actual physical damage, so to speak. It's just one of those things of sod it. I've burnt my trousers.
Well.
But yeah, you've probably got about half an hour before you need to meet Jessica at the Chesterfield.
I'll probably just tidy everything up there and just start making my way down at a leisurely pace.
Yep, no worries. Okay. With that, I am gonna jump over to our final character. So, Artemis, you are sat at the kitchen table in your house, deep in a recent botanical journal, which is one that your brother actually was published in, and you're reading his most recent article because he just had the journal sent to you from where he is currently, and it kind of, it's one of those things of I'm really happy that he actually sent me a copy. It's when you actually
Actively did a lot of the work.
when you actually hear a ring at the door.
Oh. I guess I will go and answer it. Is there... I mean, actually... Now, hold on a second, because I feel like someone else would answer it, probably.
You're home alone at the moment.
Am I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well then I guess I'll answer it.
Right. So, you open the door, and you see a very familiar face, but it's not the person you'd expect to be ringing the doorbell herself. This is a fair-skinned woman, short brown hair in a bob, and she's very well dressed, and she's smoking, and she, you know her to be Madison Bexley, and she looks at you, and you are clearly not like, she is almost party dress level, and you are just in your house comfies, like you're.
I don't think there's such a thing as house comfies in the 20s.
Yeah,
It's
well,
pretty shit being a woman at this point in life.
Well, I mean, you live in a farmhouse, so you have more comfort wear, so to speak, than say.
We're not farmers.
You're not farmers, but you do have a horse, and you have grounds, and you do have a nice garden. You've probably
If I'm not going out, I might be wearing trousers.
Yeah.
As a treat.
There you are, and nobody's in, so you're in like the most comfy set of clothes you can find. You've probably been in the garden all day today, and this is earlier actually than a lot of the other characters.
Where is the staff?
The staff are the currently your staff members. You have 3 staff members as far as I'm aware, and 2 of them are in town, and the other is asleep because they take over later in the evening. This is about 4 p.m. for you.
Okay. Which one's Madison?
So Madison is you'll know she is the wife of Viscount Bexley. And
Oh my goodness.
quite the socialite, as you know, and recently you've actually you've run into her in town a number of times, and you've got talking. But this is quite out of the blue. That
How old is she?
she okay. Have you dared to ask?
Would I not know? I've grown up in the town. Would I not know?
Yeah,
people would know.
you'd know. Madison Bexley she's younger than her husband. She's about 28.
Okay, so we wouldn't have been like necessarily like at school together. or anything.
No, she's actually she's married into the area. She's originally from London.
I thought okay. I thought before that she was local or more.
Well, she is local now, but and has been for the last 10 years. But she didn't spend her childhood here in St. Craythorne.
Okay, but like I've seen her around town.
Yes, and she just said to you with a she's standing there at your door like with a sort of
What's her title? Like
it would be lady.
okay.
And she just goes, well, come on, get your things.
My things.
I'm taking you
Which
out.
thing? Lady Bexley, this is most irregular.
Oh.
I'm not wearing a skirt.
Well, you put one on, haven't you?
Do come in. Could I offer you a drink of something?
Tea would be fine. And she takes off her gloves and she just walks straight to your kitchen area where you were sat before and throws her nice silk gloves over the wooden chair that's at the dining table and kind of glances down at what you were reading.
Do I notice her glance, or am I off making tea?
Do you notice her glance?
Oh, it's the new botanical journal. My brother has published an article in it.
Your brother has written an article with what seems to be a lot of your handiwork.
I like to help him where I can, and it's just nice to see the work done.
You, lady, are too humble. And she pulls back the chair and sits down. And do you have an ashtray?
There might be one for cigars in the study. I'll have a look. I've left the kettle boiling, so multitasking. Pop off to find something. I'm assuming there would be probably something.
Yeah, you find one quite easily and you bring it in. Thank you. I'd rather not stub this out on your table. And she just instantly stubs out her cigarette. Oh, where are my manners? Would you like one?
No, thank you. I'd rather not.
Very well, very well. You both get the impression by the fact that she's just barged her way into your house, and from what you've heard around town and when you've come across her before, you know Madison Bexley to be a bit more free-spirited than most, but you can tell by the fact that she didn't even question that you were in trousers. Like, she you get the impression that she really doesn't care and she just does what she likes.
It's just me. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And, I'm guessing you take the time and you make some tea for you both.
Yeah, I'll no, I make her tea. I've got to get dressed, mate. Do you know how long that's gonna take
no
me?
worries.
That's gonna take me like a good long while. Do you know what clothes I have to wear in this day and age? It's a struggle being a woman, I tell you.
Oh, I know. Okay, so you run off and start getting changed. and leave Madison to her devices, drinking tea in your kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay. So you spend a good. Are you rushing in any way, or are you taking your time? Are you taking your delicate time?
I think I'd be more panicked because I'm not sure. Like, I wouldn't have nice clothes per se. I might have like a gown for like if I needed to go out somewhere, but like everything that I wear is going to be fine, but completely underdressed compared to how she's wearing clothes that are nice. So I think perhaps I would be rushing only to sort of figure out what is the most presentable sort of plain clothes that I have.
No worries. So you're about 3/4 of the way through getting ready, I'd say, and when you hear a faint knock on the wood, and Lady Bexley is she instantly, without your response, opens the door to your bedroom.
A full blush, like complete red.
You are dressed. You're just
a full blush. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but you are like looking through various jewelry boxes and stuff just for I need accessories. It's just it's the thing of okay, what goes with this dress? I wasn't expecting to go out. It's that, and she goes, oh well, don't you dress up quite nicely?
Just like if it was not already red, just like more red, maybe purple now.
Just various shades of mauve just take over your face, and to say, well, chop chop, we haven't got long, the shops will close soon.
Shops?
Well, I'm going to be taking you to a fitting before we go out.
There's just confusion. It's the meme with the calculations. It's confusion. A fitting? Are you getting a new dress?
No, dear, you are. Do you not remember the party next weekend?
Oh, well, I might remember you mentioning that, you know...
Oh, please say that you are coming. I can't stand Theodore's friends. I need at least someone there that can hold an intelligent conversation.
I mean, I'd be honored if you'd like me to.
Well, stop dilly-dallying. I'll be outside of the car.
Okay. Confusion.
Just to reinforce, this is probably the third time you've had an extended conversation with her. This is definitely the first time she's been in your house, and you summarize to the fact that she was probably standing outside your room for a little while, trying to work out which room it was, and before she knocked on the door. And like, it's not a small house. It's not a small farmhouse. Like, it's really nice, and there's I think I added up to 6, but you only actually use 4 as bedrooms.
Yes.
It would be a 6-7 bedroom house with room converts. But yeah, so it wasn't easy. Either she has been sort of being really nosy for a while, or she is the most astute person in the world and just instantly went, oh, I know where I am. But yeah, she said she'll be waiting outside in the car. So what do you do?
I know I said I wasn't gonna go gay this campaign, but like, I'll get ready. I mean, okay, what temperature is it though?
What temperature is it today?
Yeah, I know it's September, but like,
it's
how are we feeling?
It's well at the time where you are currently, it's about 3 in the afternoon. Maybe it's probably closer to 4 p.m. now. It's probably it's quite a nice weathered day. So it's been a solid 22 all day. So it's probably dipping now to about 19. You'll probably finish the evening at about probably at 12 by the time we actually
Okay,
get to
I'm
night.
gonna wear more clothes than you'd think that you'd need at that level.
Okay.
I was a sickly child. I gotta keep myself warm.
Yep, no worries. That's
Wearing like
perfectly
a
fine.
shawl and everything. I don't know. All of the warm clothes, and then I shall rush downstairs. I have probably a small purse thing that they had. You know, they had those like. It's
Yep.
not a handbag.
Like a clutch bag.
It's more-
Or no, the little
yeah,
like the
well,
clutch bags with the string.
Yeah, like the yeah.
Yeah, I know.
this
I've seen the ones you
cloth-
mean. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
The little sacks, aren't they? And they're like the sort of they've
yeah,
got that
it's just like it's just a cloth to hold things really
yeah.
in bad shape. Yes.
Okay.
Gotta have keys and my meager allowance and a book.
It's about this time that you notice kind of a stirring from the floor above you, because there's 3 floors, and down the stairs you see this lady that you know to be one of the live-in house attendants, and this is Anna, and she's like, oh, Miss, are you off out?
Yes, Anna. Lady Bexley's just arrived. I think we're going to town.
Oh, she looks ecstatic for you, if that makes sense. She's like,
Oh, okay, that's just crushing.
well, you have a lovely time. Would you like anything for by the time you're back? Do you know what time you'll be back?
Oh my goodness, I haven't even asked. I'm not sure.
No matter. I'll make sure that because I'm just in case you missed dinner, I will. I'll make sure that there's some stuff left in the pantry for you, and don't worry. I'll let the others know where you are.
Oh, you're a darling, Anna. Thank you.
You're welcome, miss. And she walks down the stairs. She looks a little bit giddy. Anna is about 19, so she's and you know her to be she's a local from the town, and you know her to be of a relatively very, very working class background, but she nonetheless she's quite well spoken for what her background is, and she doesn't normally live in the house, unlike the other 2 household staff. She actually, because her family are from the town, but she sometimes stays if she's had a late night the night before, and save her walking down the country paths to try and get back to her house and such. Because it's not safe for a lady to be.
No, it's not.
To be.
I'd make sure she stay.
Exactly. That's what it is. It's that kind of situation. So yeah, what do you do?
Well, I'm running out the door, man.
Okay.
I'm stressed and under time pressure apparently.
Okay, so you get to the car and you just see Lady Bexley has another cigarette in her hand, and she has her arm over the steering wheel. You're quite surprised that there isn't a driver here, but you see this beautifully silvered Rolls Royce 2-seater, and it is a stylish car, and it's a very sports car for the period, shall we say. And Lady Bexley has put on a pair of sunshades, and she now has a hat on, to just protect her a little bit from the elements, because this is open topped, and it's just she's smoking, and then she looks over at you, and then she leans over, opens the door from the inside, and taps the side of the car.
I'll get in. I'm a little flustered. It's not, I'm still red. It's
Okay.
It's how I live now. This is my constant state of being.
Considering you're flustered, give me a dexterity check.
Oh, this is concerning. The green one.
Okay. So as you sort of, you kind of do one of those giddy skips a little bit towards the car, and you trip ever so slightly and stumble, but catch yourself. You don't fall over or anything, but you go, oh, in your head you're going, why did I? That was. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna get in the car.
You'll be keeping me up for months. That.
Yeah. That kind of. Oh no. I'm such a fool. But you get in the car, shut the door, and speedily, Lady Bexley drives away down your sort of country path from your little farmstead. I think is probably the best descriptor for it.
I would call it a house.
House. It's an old farmhouse with quite a lot of acreage. I'd say small farmstead.
They're just trying to put you down.
No.
You are a farmer. You will be a farmer.
You're not a farmer.
All of your family are scientists, but you will be a farmer.
I'm just trying to decide.
Through the walls.
It's a house that's out of town on a farm that she's not a farmer, but how do I describe
we
it?
rent the fields to the farmer
Exactly.
next door. Okay?
It's still on a farm.
Farm's only a farm if you think it's a farm.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe the farm wants to be a house, in which case.
Schrodinger's farm aside, Lady Bexley pulls out of the little country road that only your farmhouse is on, and she pulls around the corner quite fast, and you notice that a couple of horns, you hear a horn press, and you look behind you, and she has very much cut up the farmer from next door in his van, and he's like, "Oi!" But Lady Bexley just giggles and continues off down the road, much faster than she probably should, into the center of town.
A fun evening of terrorizing the locals.
I'm gonna hold on to whatever is. Can I hold on to? Is there like a bit of door?
Oh yeah,
Or
you can hold on to the
just-
side quite easily.
Just you know, just holding, just in case.
Just for dear life.
Yeah, a little bit.
I love the background music. That's why I'm like bopping my head. Piano.
It's not the deer from earlier, though.
And it's randomly just stopped. I've tried to change song.
As soon as I brought attention to it, it told me to fuck off.
Thanks, Ben.
I can hear music.
I can't.
I can hear the music.
Did it just go really low?
Well, majority doesn't know music.
Well, I'll quickly refresh that.
Playing
It should be playing.
grand piano.
It should be
9.
playing. It should be playing number 9. Yeah. Oh, it's playing it now. Beautiful.
Music.
So, you arrive in the center of town, and Lady Bexley gets out the car and says, "Well, come on." And she has literally parked in the center of the town square. Like, it's not really a parking space or anything. That she has just pulled up and parked the car and left it.
Okay.
Someone
And
go and pay him
you
twice.
notice her going to Riviani and Sons, which is a local, quite high-end tailor. Unlike a lot of the shops in town, this is surprisingly a very nice tailor, and you know that in town that you can't afford this. You're quite well off, and you can't afford this clothing. It is.
Well, yes, but as we know, my money is difficult because I'm not allowed to own anything as a woman, so I just get an allowance.
Even your family would struggle to get more than one of these dresses a year. Like, it is potent money dresses. Why
do we have this shop in this town?
Well, you can ask the owner that. I've got the reasoning for it being here, but you don't, as a character, know that. You
It's
just know.
Lady Bexley keeping up.
I
with
was gonna
Walter.
say, is it just Lady Bexley's wardrobe?
While this is going on, I'm in the back of that like Rolls Royce with like a thick stack of cash, just counting money.
Buy out the entire shop.
So This is earlier in the day than when you are, Ben. So
And
you're
if you've
not
got a
quite here yet.
stack of cash, like
Oh, Ben is loaded than loaded. Like he is royalty
Jesus
loaded.
Christ.
He is.
I keep, I think, almost $2,000 in cash on me at any given time. Something like that.
Yep. Yeah.
Just me, or is there a robot
That's-
thing going on?
Everybody's a
Yeah,
robot.
Yeah. Give me a moment.
Everybody's a robot right now. Switch to US East.
USC.
How's that?
The good
Yeah,
better.
USC is currently doing better.
$2,000 is like nearly my entire estate.
Yeah. Ben is the pinnacle of society rich. Like he is
Oh my god. Okay.
small nation level of money. Ben's character has.
Amazing. I'm gonna run after Madison
Okay. Yeah.
a little bit.
You enter
She got
the
out the car and I had to kind of like say, "Is this okay?" She's off anyway. And then kind of make, "Oh, Lady Bexley, I'm not, this is a little above my well, I'm not sure if this is quite the shop for me."
Oh, it will be the shop for you. Don't worry. And you
There's
go
such
in.
an authority in her voice, I can't question it.
She actually pushes the small of your back and tells you to go in first. And you go into the shop, and it smells potent. You summarize that this shop artificially makes a smell, and it is of a strong perfume, and it kind of makes you cough a little bit. It's like, and even Lady Bexley goes,
A 50 miles away, Arthur's just coughing in the back of his Rolls Royce.
Wait, so it's like walking into a Yankee Candle?
It is like you've shoved a Yankee Candle up your nostrils, and you're just it is. Oh, okay. But
like
other than that,
Lush.
it looks. No, Lush is a nice smell. This is almost choking. This is like, okay. I see what you've done here, but it hasn't reached the desired effect. But there is silks everywhere. There are mannequins, and you see a little man appear around the corner. He's got that like monk style haircut where it's like he's balding all the way back, but he's still got hair around the sides, and he's got a tape measure around his thing, and he's in a black waistcoat, white shirt, and he's very tanned in his features, and you hear him go, Senora Bexley, and who is this that you've brought with you?
I don't know if I'm supposed to introduce myself. I'm kind of like looking between...
Lady Bexley looks at you and she goes, "This is Artemis. We are here, and we're going to be dressing her today. I assure you, you've already started mine for the weekend, but the little lady here requires a fitting." And
How tall is she?
Who, Lady Bexley?
Yeah.
She is quite a tall lady. Well, she is actually 5'11".
Jesus.
So
Wow.
she is
Damn.
she is tall.
Like a foot taller than me.
Yeah, like she is
He's half a
like
foot taller than me.
When
you
she said little
Still smaller than
lady,
me.
little, I meant slight in structure.
no, I would be little compared to her.
Oh right, yes, no,
Yeah.
very much so. Yes, no, Lady Bexley. You can think that maybe her height allows her to get away with a lot of these things as well, because people are like, okay, like she is a presence when she walks into a room, both in height and in stature. But yes, you see this this man. He takes off his with a flourish. He takes off his tape measure, and he goes, Senora, I am Rivielli, and this is my humble store. I inherited it from my father.
Rivioni.
Riviona. Sorry, I got the name wrong. Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
My notes! I'm ready!
Italian names.
Vaguely Italian
Wait,
names.
is he Italian?
No,
I thought he was Spanish.
it's Spanish. Yeah,
Oh,
it's Spanish.
Well, the accent, it's going back and forth.
He is meant to be Spanish. I just can't do the accent. And
Without
in
being...
case.
Wait, you can't do the accent, you can't do it without sounding racist. Which one?
both. And if you would step this way, and he has like these. That I've stuck in the accent now again. There's a fitting room behind you, and he leads you towards it. And here you go.
Dude, I'm not in a position to be making up my own way. This lady has brought me here, okay? I'm doing what I'm told. I'm still very confused.
Okay. So you go in, and you start getting measured. You see him do a little clap, and a couple of assistants also appear. To the local female girls, and they start doing the measuring. He doesn't actually do any of the measuring. He just keeps eye-level contact at you. And this man is like 4'11", and he is just staring like you down whilst describing. And he do you have any preference to color for the dress today?
I haven't really thought about it. I suppose I'm not sure.
No matter. I can handle that for you if you would prefer. I can surprise you.
Well, I think perhaps you know more than me about these things.
Very well. Now, let us go to work. And he and his disciples, they get to work and they measure you up. And with the assistants there, you're surprised at how quickly you are in and out of the store. And Lady Bexley just goes, Carlos, just put it on my tab. And if you would have the dress.
Who's Carlos?
That's him. That's his first name.
Oh.
That's him. That's his first name. If you would just put it on my tab and have it delivered to this address, she writes down an address on the tab, and once it's finished, and he goes, of course. And with that, you leave, and you start crossing the road to the Chesterfield. You are literally in and out of that building. It is a wave of emotions of, do I stand here? Okay. The feelings of just being swamped and overwhelmed is kind of one of those things of, okay, that was a bit much. You get out of the room, you get out of the shop, and you're like, what is happening today? It is just confusing for you, but Lady Bexley is just marching her way over to the shop, and this is to the hotel, and it's about this time that Willem left first. So Willem, you are also pulling up outside the Chesterfield.
Indeed. Is there a place where I can park my bike?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Front.
There's a couple of cars just parked outside. There's not many cars in this town, you notice, or you have seen a few bikes like outside stores and vans and such, but there's not many pedestrian
Royce
vehicles.
just in the middle of the square, you know.
Yeah, you do notice a shining Rolls Royce, like aluminium sort of glistening silver Rolls Royce, in the center, parked up against a large statue. Clearly out of place.
Against the statue, okay.
Like, literally very out of place, and clearly someone doesn't know very much road etiquette in terms of where to park. But you find a space just up against the side, and you see the Chesterfield, which it's got big brass lettering on the front, and it is more of a country hotel than a local public house. The building is made quite clearly of a lot of buildings of different era that have kind of had add-ons and extensions, and it makes this pretty huge hotel in the middle of the town. And the center section looks like an old coaching house, with a single story and a flat thatch roof, but there is an east and west wing side to it that are multiple stories, and you're actually kind of impressed. It lives up to the one photograph that was in a local advertisement pamphlet that you saw, and yeah, what do you do?
I'm lock my bike, pick up my saddlebags and my backpack, and I'm gonna log in, check in.
Okay, no worries. At this time, Lady Bexley and you, Artemis, you go into a different entrance from the main reception, which seems to be, the entrance to the public house section of the Chesterfield. You seem that there's like a hotelier entrance and a regular customer's entrance. And at this time, Bobby, you also sort of turn up, and what you've just seen is two ladies of very nice dress enter the pub, past a very nice Rolls Royce that has caught your eye in the centre of town, and then another gentleman you just about see go into the hotelier entrance. What do you want to do? Do you want to go straight for the public house?
Yeah, I'm just gonna sort of shrug and go into the pub and walk up to the bar.
I like that you notice something and then you just shrug.
I mean, that's fair enough. Okay, yeah, no worries. Willem, I'm gonna have to keep remembering to do the V. Okay, you enter some double doors at the front of the Chesterfield, and you're not met by a bar. The others are met by this really lovely wooden, oak-clad bar. But you are actually met by a desk with a very sleepy teenager behind it. In like he's kind of a scruffy uniform, like he's been in it all day. Not as in he's purposely mucked it up or he's dirty or anything. It's just like end of a shift sort of thing. And he's looking very bored. And
Disney cast member at the end of a 14-hour shift.
Yeah, it's exactly that. And
it's evening, right?
It's evening. This is this is probably getting closer to 6 p.m., 7 p.m. at this time. And he glances up at you and goes, hello there, and welcome to the Chesterfield. Do you have a booking? Or are you looking for a room?
I was actually looking for a room, yes.
Oh, all right.
Nothing too fancy.
Nope. No. Okay. No worries. Okay. How long do you surmise you'll be staying?
At least a week, and I'll lengthen it if need be.
He kind of scrambles through this guest book. Clearly, like it. Give me a spot hidden check.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, that's why.
A lot of red on that list already.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, there is a lot of red in the spot.
Sign of thing to come. Things to come. Things to come.
I mean, maybe if we get the red now, when it's not quite as light.
Yeah, use a lot of bad luck now, could you?
Working on it. I've not rolled a single pass yet, so
it's been a long drive for you. You kind of just like start looking around the room. But this boy, he goes, oh, yep, there's a room 17. It's in the east wing, and here's your key. Do you need anyone to come and get your bags for you?
No, I can carry them myself, thank you.
Okay, he points you towards the east wing and gives you your key. You'll be charged.
On the second floor?
Yeah, it's on the second floor, and you'll be charged upon completion of your stay. I think.
And what would be the charge for a week?
Oh, he scrambles through the books again, and you just see him going. It's £6 a night.
We need that maths equation like filter.
How much is a bob again?
You've got your
6 shilling. Okay.
You've got your
Yeah, it's somewhere.
Your sneaky hand out
What the
somewhere.
fuck kind of math is this? What base math is this?
Base 12. No.
It's
No,
twelve.
base 24. Base 20. Okay, so there's 20 shillings in a pound, and there's 240 pence in a pound in this period.
See, there we go.
Fuck you, English.
Yeah, exactly that.
Hey, we fixed it.
You guys are so much worse than us.
Okay, so six shilling. That works for me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, pleasure staying at the Chesterfield. No, not pleasure. Oh. And he gives up and he kind of goes back to sort of staring at the guest book.
Yeah.
Hang on, hold on. What was the name for the guest book? Sorry, I didn't ask.
Compagnie.
He just turns the book around and hands you a pen, and just kind of points.
My
He's
own
like,
name in it.
yeah, he was like, sorry, sir, I don't speak French.
You're quite excused.
He turns around the book and just goes, yeah, so it's that way. Breakfast is included, but any other meals need to be purchased.
Very well.
Okay.
I'll get my ass up then. East Wing, room 17.
Okay, so Bobby, you are heading straight to the bar. And yeah, what do you want to order or anything?
First, I'm gonna have a look around, see if my friend Jessica.
Give me a spot hidden roll.
Is she hiding behind the curtain?
Apparently.
You take a little while to look around, but you actually don't notice her yet. It is quite busy in here, but you don't think she could already be here. You actually think you're a little bit early compared to when she said she'd meet you.
Okay, I'll just go up and order a pint of bitter, pint of best.
No worries. You are... Hang on. Okay, you are served by a rather bawdy woman. In her early 40s, she's ginger, and you notice that before you get served, she is like very loudly talking to quite a few of the punters, and she walks up to you and is like, "It's all right, what you having?"
Evening, pint of best, please.
Pint the best, coming up for you. And she starts pulling you a pint. It is a it looks to be a local ale. So it's you'd assume it'd be a dark rather than like a standard ale. It looks a bit stronger than you'd kind of think. But you're kind of used to that. That's a bit more navy than that's kind of going back to what you'd kind of have back in the navy. You're actually like, oh, that's actually kind of a bit better than what I asked for. And yeah, she goes, 3 penny.
Right, hand over the money.
All right. And she puts the money in the large metal cash register behind.
I would like to have a look around to see if there's any open seats.
Although it's quite busy, there's still quite a few of open seats, and you don't have trouble trying to find open seats.
Okay, I just sit off somewhere off in a corner.
So Artemis, you notice that when you get in that Lady Bexley doesn't go towards the bar and instead goes to a curtained area to the far end of the room. Which, by the way, I didn't mention to anyone that's in the bar already. The bar is actually sunk into the ground a bit. There's a couple of steps down into the bar. It's kind of like about 2 foot lower than street level, and which means the ceilings are quite tall because of this. Because ceilings would have been normal height for a normal room, but add the 2 foot, so it gives it kind of this sort of enclosed kind of night. It's a really sort of almost dive feel, even though you haven't really left street level, and it like all the windows are quite higher, but it means that there's just walls, and it's quite enclosed and quite comfy. But yes, Lady Bexley actually just walks to this curtained area and goes into this what seems to be a separate room.
Well, I'm obviously gonna follow her. Like, I'm not just gonna go into the bar myself. I wouldn't go to the public house on my own. So I'm her sheep right now.
You're actually, as a local of the town, you know that this is almost a VIP section to the bar.
One sec.
All right, no worries. I will jump over because this is probably about the time also the Borgvard, your driver has pulled up outside. He's like, yeah, all right. This is. Oh, I've got to try and find the accent. Hold on. Dennis.
Which English regional accent is it?
Come by, L. I don't know. He wasn't Northern. He was West Country, weren't he? He was Dennis. Yeah, that's right. Right, sir. This is the Chesterfield. Would you like some help with your bags?
Oh god, now I gotta find my accent again. Talked it a little bit. Okay. Yes.
All right, very well. And
I'm just gonna like ignore him and walk in.
All right. Which door do you go to?
Oh, there's more than one door to this public house?
Yeah, there is.
Do they look any different?
One is a single-person door with a glass window, like a clouded glass window. The other is a double wooden door with that are kind of open with a interior. So you're going into the single door. Okay. You open the door and you are immediately met by steps and a large public house set about 2 feet into the ground.
Okay, so, this is, I was hoping for something more interesting. All right, I'll go ahead on inside.
Okay,
start looking around.
You start walking down the steps, and
I'm very obviously confused and out of place.
And you notice that
like 3-piece pinstripe suit, just completely out of place.
Yeah, you notice a couple of there's some guys in some sort of very much more working class suits and peak caps who kind of look up at you like, what is going on tonight? First they've seen Lady Bexley go through, and now they're seeing some fancy man go through it, kind of standing there like, right, mate, you lost.
Yes, I'm looking for the Chesterfield.
You're in the Chesterfield.
Right. Front desk?
Oh, right. You mean the hotel section. Up that second set of stairs there that you see to the left of you, there is like another 2 foot upstairs that go into the room where the double doors were.
Without like addressing him, like just talking to myself, I'm just gonna like awkwardly turn away and head towards the stairs, just going, "This is such a crazy place."
And the man kind of just mutters, what is going on tonight? And then
foreigners.
You get into the reception area, and you see Dennis is already in there with your bags. He goes, "All right, there you are. I wonder where you're gotten off to."
I was wondering the same thing myself.
And he turns to the boy at the desk and says, "This is that Norwegian fella that is staying with you." And he goes, all right, okay. And he just instantly rings a bell, and like 3 other like staff members come and take the bags off of Dennis, and they're like, and he's like, right this way, and he starts leading you to a
smug look of appreciation out of my face, nodding all the way.
He opens a door that actually says staff behind the desk and leads you through it.
I like this.
Do you follow?
Oh yeah, right behind him.
Okay, you are actually led out into a courtyard, and you notice in the courtyard that you've seen big hotels in the middle of towns before. You've been quite around the world, and this isn't unusual for you. But you notice now that you're in this
what looks to be an amalgamation of lots of different style buildings that have been like slowly cobbled together into this one building, and they're in a very
It's the Weasley house?
no, not quite that. It's more like almost like it's its own block of houses in terms of like there's lots of houses and they're all just interconnected by these corridors and such. But in the center is this large pentagonal courtyard and garden. And you summarize that the normal public don't go through here, but it's open to the hotel guests, and they lead you straight across this courtyard into there's a double set of doors, and inside that is a private chalet that is built as its own sort of like guest house in almost the center of the courtyard.
I like where this is going.
So
he's taking me to my like private quarters.
Basically, yeah. The servants at the serving staff and the front desk.
It's a lot of luggage.
Yeah, the serving staff. So like they go in, and Dennis is also following behind with a couple of bags, and he's looking around like, I didn't even know this was here. Like, and then the service staff put the bags down outside the door and run off and go and get the rest of the bags. And the kid that introduced, like, said this right this way is like, he pats his jacket and he gives you a key. He says, that key will open pretty much any of the doors in the building because you have free access. And then he goes to the other one and this is your room key. Inside on the right, and he opens the door and leads you in, and it is a pretty nice little building. It's got a small kitchen area and a downstairs living area, and then you see a ladder up to this sort of balcony area where the bedroom is, but no staircase.
That's interesting.
So this is our private rooms. On the side here, you look to the side and there's a number of bells, and if you ring any of those buttons, they each are labeled to different areas. If you don't fancy cooking, the top button will contact kitchen, and they'll send someone over. The middle one.
While he's talking, I'm just going to slowly hold up my finger and put it over his mouth, like. What was your name?
He looks at the guest book.
Take the hand away.
I'm Jimmy. Jimmy Parsons.
All right, Jimmy Parsons. I go into my breast pocket. I'm gonna take out. I don't know what's the biggest denomination on here. A guinea. I'm gonna take out a guinea and I'm gonna hold it up and I'm just going to.
You see his eyes like light up, like.
Without giving it to him, I'm gonna open up his jacket pocket, like tuck it into.
He's in a waistcoat, so you like inside his waistcoat.
The top of his waist.
Okay.
No, it's like the front, like top pocket on the waistcoat, and then just pat it, and then I'm gonna grab him by the shoulders, turn him around, and just push him out.
And you just hear his voice get even higher. Thank you, sir. If you need anything, just hit one of those bells. All right.
I think he just reversed his puberty.
All right, and then for the next, I'm gonna immediately.
As soon as you slam the door immediately opens with the servants bringing in the rest of the bags because they only left them outside the door.
Barely anyone even has guineas.
Yeah,
this is the largest thing on the list.
Exactly, and this kid is just like, you have paid off. That's like a year. That's like a year's salary. It's
like a month's salary.
It's more than that. More than that. This kid gets pennies a day. Like,
and he'll remember.
Yeah, he'll remember it. You just gave a guinea to a 15-year-old. It's like
Jimmy Parsons will remember this.
He's now quit.
And I'm gonna go back to Artemis. So yes,
the porn mag you bought him now.
You, Artemis, go into this private.
You said as a local I would know something, and then I cut you off.
This area is the VIP section. It's reserved for only the rich guests of the hotel and. As far as you can assume, the Bexleys, and you go in, and it is the curtains are like this dark mauve, and you
you go towards them, and you think you've got to squeeze past them when you just see a gloved hand sort of open it and let you through. And there's a guy just stood there in a full, not a tux, but as close to in the corner, just kind of stood there. And then you see Madison is now sat at a table with a gentleman. But this is a really peculiar area. It's you notice another serving staff. Sorry, I keep saying servant, but it's serving. Go past you. She's holding a tray. She looks like she's just delivered some drinks. And in this area, it's almost cabaret club like. There's a number of booth seats. So there's like only amounting to about 5 booths, and then there's like a 1 foot by 1 foot raised platform in the center.
I will sort of stand kind of awkwardly for a minute at the curtain. I've come inside of here. That's where Lady Bexley went, but she's with someone else now. Do I recognize this person?
Give me a spot hidden check.
Okay. Spot the
I hate the name spot hidden because it should just basically be perception.
Personality.
Why don't we just call it perception?
Yeah,
Or the
I
sea
might.
shit skill. How about that?
The sea shit.
Isn't there? Yeah, but listen is also kind of a perception, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of broken up into different things.
Perception.
Anyway, I
perception.
didn't do great, so. Or did I? I don't know.
You did okay considering you're a local because it's not as hard a DC as you'd expect. Okay, you're very familiar with this person, Ted. It took you a while because you're looking at the back of a head, but he turns slightly, and you notice this to be Dr. Samuels. He is the local GP and everything doctor. He's the only doctor in town. He has a surgery up on the Priory Road, and he's pretty well off. You know, he studied at Cambridge because his medical certificates are always lined on his doctor's office wall. And being someone who was very ill as a child, you saw a lot of Dr. Samuels. You'll know that also he was a doctor in the Great War, and there was a huge amount of time in your childhood where you kind of needed him, and he wasn't around because he was in France, so you had to travel quite a way to go see a doctor or have a doctor travel up to you. But yeah, you recognise Dr. Samuel sat there.
Okay. I'm still gonna hover awkwardly by the curtain for a minute because I'm not sure if this is a conversation I'm supposed to be a part of.
Yeah, you're standing there awkwardly, and Lady Bexley just kind of looks up. She's got like what looks to be a martini glass in her hand, and she's like,
No words, only alcohol.
Yeah, exactly. That. Just no words, just alcohol. And
I will, I guess I'll kind of shuffle over. I'm just going to move sofas.
And with that, I'm not used to this whole DMing and time tracking thing. We're going to take our break because I'm actually 20 minutes over.
Okay.
So that's our midpoint break. We will be back in about 5-10 minutes. Go get yourselves a drink of water and whatnot. We'll be back in a mo.
Alrighty then. Oh.
And I have...
If you hadn't noticed, I'm a knight.
That was an earthquake going on somewhere.
Either or.
Every once in a while, I just like kick my desk, and because my desk is quite like slight, kicking it makes the entire thing just shake.
Hmm.
So every once in a while, you just see my camera just jitter a bit.
That's what I was forgot. God damn it.
So, just for those who are watching in chat, I can now, and also watching on the podcast at home, not a podcast, the rewatch. This is the Parish of St. Craythorne. I cannot drag it over in its entirety, but oh, the map doesn't quite
It's a
fit.
turned dog.
But we are currently at the Chesterfield, which is this large building here in the center of town. Oh, Penny is back.
Dodo. Such a cutie.
Oh, look at her.
I'm in love.
You say that with every dog.
And
It's true every time.
Oh, I love her little. She looks like she's one of the saints. Also, Muzz ice cream sounds like a great idea right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
I wish I had some.
Oh, I stocked
I
up.
just have more Fanta. It's room temperature now.
Does it count
I've got a
half
mini
of
fridge
this
at least
rice is
down
cold?
here, so it's like.
Yeah, I
Got
guess.
myself some whiskey, so
Oh, cheers.
I mean, I was planning of pouring myself a fucking whiskey, but it's like, no, not at
I'm
this
out of alcohol.
temperature.
Fuck.
I
No.
I will drink a little bit while playing a tabletop game, but not while DMing a tabletop game.
No, that's. I've tried it once. Can't recommend it.
Mine's more the fact of the temperature it is right now.
Penelope, you want a piece of pepperoni? A piece of pepperoni.
Right, if we're all back, we'll continue, shall we?
Gonna say it again. Your dogs are like pretty much as big as I am, Ben.
She's 90 pounds.
That's not far
I love
off.
her.
She is the sweetest.
I love her a
little-
lot.
Penny, everybody loves you.
Is there a place where you post pictures of her regularly?
Yeah, like almost every day on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Benjamin_Magnus. It's basically just Penny. It's like 90% Penny and the fat cat.
Yeah, Binks.
Okay.
Binksy Bear.
Is this the part of the stream where we plug our shit, or just
Yeah,
like?
I mean,
plug.
feel free to plug at
Why?
any
Where's
time.
my Twitch?
No, do it. Yeah, for anyone watching, most of the people here are also streamers, not just me. We've got Parachameleon is in my. Well, actually, let's do this in the order that it is on my stream screen. At the top, we have Muztavoos. You can find him at twitch.tv/Muztavoos and YouTube. If you just search Muztavoos on YouTube, you'll get him as well.
Should work.
And then second down, we have Kazoo Raptor. You can find his Twitch at twitch.tv/Kazoo Raptor. Funny enough.
For the very small amount I can stream on a limited internet connection.
And then down from that,
that's that.
we have Benjamin Magnus Games. You can find him at Benjamin Magnus Games on YouTube or Benjamin Magnus 2 on YouTube. You can also find him on Twitch at twitch.tv/Benjamin Magnus Games. Haha.
If you type in Benjamin Magnus in anywhere, it's me.
Yeah. The same with
I
Midgeman.
keep-
You just come
I
up
keep-
with me
Keep
everywhere.
it simple.
And then Soapy, I don't think you do anything, do you? If you do,
No, I
feel
don't.
free to plug it.
no.
Do you have a Twitter?
No.
Just,
Not really,
follow my
no.
SoundCloud? Is it one of those?
No.
You live in your mom's basement. You don't work, right?
Oh,
Got like a
Not
weekly
basement,
smoke
no.
we can get into or something.
and then at the bottom there we have Parachameleon. You can find her at twitch.tv/Parachameleon. And
I'm
find.
very busy right now.
She is very busy right now. And unfortunately, we do have one more person with us who can't be here tonight, and that's Rival Zone Gaming. You can find him at youtube.com/Rival Zone Gaming. I think, if not, put in Rival Zone Gaming. He will come up. I play D&D with him once a week as well. He is the brave Rivallon, master of finishing off all the enemies, no matter how hard we all try to kill them.
Master of Kill Steel.
Yeah, Master of Killsteel. I didn't want to say it, Right, where were we? So, everybody now, I believe, is at the Chesterfield bar, the captain. It's about this time that you also, your driver drops you off and says, Lady Bexley's probably in the private area. You'll find that behind the curtain.
Thank you. Do I see like the Rolls Royce and the whole just like?
You see everything that's previously described to you.
Am I sat down now?
Yes, you're sat down.
How much would a Viscount Bexley have actually like, told me about his wife and his life back in?
You've met his wife.
Okay.
You have met his wife. You've met her at a it was like a reunion dinner, which is probably the last time you saw Bexley, but you haven't seen all of your friends in at once. Like,
how long
since
ago
the war.
was that? Just out of interest.
Probably about 3 years.
Okay.
21. 1921. It was like you were back for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
For a random dinner.
Okay.
And he just happened to be there.
I just look over to the Rolls Royce just parked like haphazardly in the chance. I was like, Lady Bexley's here then, and I just open the door and close it.
Yep. You see the same sunken set tavern. I'll say tavern with a really large bar and a lot of people for almost 7 p.m. in the on a week. It's a Monday night, so.
Just realising, I probably would have come here in like full military uniform, bar the hat, because I was expecting to see all my old military friends.
No, you know the party's not till the weekend. You've come early to stay the week.
Okay.
So you're just in
usual suit then.
Yeah, you're in a usual
casual suit.
You're in your casuals.
I'm just gonna I'll walk up to the bar and just order say a sherry.
Okay, a sherry. You are met by the same. She's the only one that ever seems to be free, but the same. You see number of other barmaids who are like rushed off their feet, who seem to be a bit younger, but this 40-year-old woman who just kind of picks her targets, let's say.
Eye contact.
She goes,
make eye contact.
"Oh, a sherry, right? Okay." And she pours you a sherry, and I haven't got a price for a sherry. I've got quite a few things. I didn't have sherry. What do I charge at the club for a sherry? That's a 6 pence.
Do you have similar grade alcohols?
Sherry is weaker than a lot of the alcohols I have written down, so I was trying to work it out.
Yeah, I just start sipping.
But it might be a little more rare if it's not the Christmas.
Yeah. But no, she says 7 pence, I think.
I just pay it.
Yep, okay, no worries.
Yeah. I just looked for this curtain I was told about.
Yeah, you notice it pretty quickly. It's not hard to think. You see that basically what you'd assume is like the far end of the tavern is curtained off with this big mauve curtain.
Okay. I just move towards it then, and just like slowly push it open.
You start to push it open, and you then, as you do, a white gloved hand pulls it the rest of the way open, and you see this large gentleman in a suit look you up and down, and he looks at you, sees your suit, and he goes, and he just stands back.
I just nod my head in sort of slight courtesy.
And he goes, "Oh, all right," and nods his head too, and you see a booth room with only one table has guests at the moment, and one of them you'll recognise as Lady Bexley, and then 2 people you do not recognise.
Okay. I just step forward.
Okay.
They seem to notice that I'm here, or just like.
No.
I just sort of have a quick look over the scene and just sort of a quick sip and just sit down at the little what's the word would you say?
Booth.
Booth. That's it.
Okay, you're just gonna straight away sit down. The gentleman at the table gives you a very quizzical look, and I don't know. A man has just sat down at the table, and you're like, I have no idea who this one is. And
yeah, I'm pretty nervous, honestly. It's a bit strange. Don't know who he is. I'm very confused, but the whole day is kind of confusing. I'm just gonna look to Lady Bexley, like I guess she would know what's going on. I feel like I'm not gonna be totally scared until she's not sure who he is, but also I'm nervous.
Yeah, okay. Hold on, I'm gonna quickly open some folders. Lady Bexley turns, feels you sit down and look down. Ah! Arthur, you scared the life out of me.
Ah, my apologies.
Oh, where are my manners?
Those folders are visible on the stream.
Yeah, I know. Hello. Look at all there's the background stuff. I'm just looking for.
Midge, clean out your hard drive. Come.
All it was.
Fit armor on there.
Oh yeah, no, that's a difficult question.
You buy a new hard drive just for armor.
I'm tempted to. Where's the folder I'm looking for? Give me 2 seconds, guys.
I'm at the bar, and
you've made your way to the bar and you've ordered a scotch.
And when the barmaid's not like the bartender's not looking, I'm just gonna reach over and grab another glass and then pull out like a handkerchief and clean it myself, and then pour the scotch into the glass I cleaned myself.
Yeah, no worries, you get away with that.
Drink it out of
Is there a slight? I suppose there's. No, I'm just gonna let you do that. That's fine. That's pretentious enough that I can't be bothered to deal with it.
No, he's got magic money
that was
power.
the goal.
He pretty much owns the Chesterfield now.
He does essentially. Yeah, I don't think they'd. It didn't save one of my uploaded tracks, so I need to just quickly do that. So for now, we'll go with no music. Where are my manners? This is Captain Byron, Arthur, I believe.
Arthur, if you'd please, yes.
Yes.
No need for formalities.
It's one of my husband's service buddies from the war.
Indeed, I dragged him out of the odd rabbit hole in northern France.
You can see the calculations. I can't tell if you're being serious.
And
Rabbit holes? Well, I don't know.
The gentleman across the table, he leans. Where is that piece of music? I literally just uploaded it and it's not on there. It's not in this list.
Yeah.
Oh, it is there now.
Good buddy.
Add it. Add to game. Cool.
I finally hear that.
Yes.
Same.
Okay. So, the gentleman across the table reaches his hands out to shake it. Says, Dr. George Samuels.
I just reached my hand out as well.
It's another military boy. I served in the war myself.
Yes. Where were you posted?
Oh, all over. Somewhat behind the lines. I was a surgeon, part of the. I was mainly at the Somme.
Oh. I missed that particular slaughter myself.
I would say it was a dreadful event, but the whole affair was well, the whole affair was an affair, shall we say? Let's not go into the gruesome details with fine company around.
So as sort of Arthur just bumps his leg against the table, you just hear a soft clanging almost.
Okay. Yeah.
I forgot to send you that document.
Are you missing a leg?
No. Hang on.
The keeper's just like, what?
I was like, there's something I don't know. I'm not prepared.
He's a Cylon.
Cybernetic organism sent from the future.
Hang on.
Bobby, you still don't see your friend, but give me a listen check.
Oh, okay.
You don't hear exact things, but sitting in the bar, you feel a really weird vibe in the room. Like, in some areas it's quite lively, but you feel that there's a really big air of tension in the room.
Okay.
Borgvard, are you still at the bar? Are you just sat at the bar?
Yeah, I'm at the bar. Like I'm drinking my scotch, but I'm not enjoying it.
Okay. One of the staff, it's a younger girl, probably in her teens, goes, "Sir, I've been." I didn't actually mean to go up there. That was just my own voice cracking.
It works.
I've been told to tell you that.
Can we go back to that?
I've been told to tell you. No. I've been told to tell you that if you go through the curtained area over there, there's a more private area fitting a man of your stature.
Just like sideways look, and then I'm just gonna quickly put the scotch down and like walk past her and just.
She was behind the bar, but she was a bit taken back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like I put the glass down like hard enough for the scotch to like slosh out.
Your appearance is quite high. How are you still coming across as a nice person when you act like such a dick?
See, when you look this good, you don't have to be nice.
Money.
Magic money powers.
Oh, that helps too.
Yeah, really relatively rural town in UK in 1920s, and a man with a lot of money rolls in. People are going to look at him with dulled eyes, even if they shat on, if you shat on their face.
Like, there's no way in hell that Jimmy's not going to let everybody in the world know he just got like a several months' pay, and he's going to tell everybody where it came from. Word's going to get around.
He's going to get this shit kicked out and robbed.
That too. I mean, not my monkeys, not my circus, but either way, the word will get out.
Oh yeah,
Jimmy's
it may have
put-
already started being shared around the staff, hence certain reasons. Willem, what are you doing? Because you're not even in the bar at the moment.
No, I've checked out my room. I've dumped my bags, and I'm going back down to the desk and complain.
And complaining, okay. It's a
One of those.
it's a pretty standard room. There is a desk in it, and it's a kind of a.
Yes,
It's
but
not
what
quite
am
a
I to
double.
do-
It's not quite a double.
What am I
but
supposed to do with a 6-foot bed? Really?
yeah, it's not. And you see that you get back to the desk and you just see the guy that was behind the counter before, except he's chewing on a large coin. And he sees you and he puts it away really hurriedly. Is anything the matter, sir?
Yeah. Would you happen to have a room with a larger bed? Because I don't seem to fit.
Oh, a larger bed. I'll have to check with my mum. And he literally runs from around the desk down the stairs into the bar, and you see him scatter off.
I'm just gonna follow him.
Okay, you follow that. You are now in this large, set below the street level bar, and you see him talking to a bawdy woman behind the bar.
So how high is this roof?
Oh,
I mean, I know I'm going 2 feet down, but
about 12 foot.
okay, that's fair
So
enough.
really tall. It's got hanging not chandeliers, but those kind of wooden style ones. And it's got a lot of beams, but the beams they're still,
So no ducking for me.
that it's
I'm,
12 foot to the beams, and then there's a bit taller. It's a tall room.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I'll just.
Yeah, no way you could
Walk
even hit your head remotely.
No, that's good because that's a pleasant change.
A concern of yours.
Every doorway, though, so far has probably
Oh,
been
yeah.
about 5'11". You've had to
Yeah,
duck through
ducking-
pretty much every door.
Ducking is in my nature. Very much in my nature. Unfortunately enough, used to it. I'll just walk up to the woman.
She sees you approach, and he goes, and then she looks at you, sort of like what would be normal when you hear her just like, I don't understand. What do you mean a bigger bed? And she looks at you and goes, oh, right, sir. Yeah.
I'll take a double.
It might cost you an extra bob.
That's fine.
All right, Jimmy, go put him in one of those suites. And he goes, yeah, all right, Mum. And he follow me, sir. And he takes you back up, and he gives you a new key to a new room with a larger bed, a much larger bed. Not necessarily in length, but it's rather than being a person and a half width, it is
Yeah.
about queen, so you
at
could
least sleep across.
Yeah, you could sleep across
room
or
number?
curl. The room number is 6 this time. You're on the ground floor.
Oh, great.
Same block, ground floor. What's
I'll
everybody
just
doing?
grab my stuff from 17, move it to 6.
Yep.
Test the bed, and then move into the bar.
No worries. You enter the bar, and yeah. So what's everybody doing? You are currently enjoying an evening. Lady Bexley, for the 2 people that are sat with her, she's ordered a new round of drinks. She's asked you what you're all having.
Is there anything like non-alcoholic?
Yeah.
In a bar.
I mean, I don't know
Water?
what is. Obviously, I'm not sure how the tap
It's a
water
hotel.
is at this point in.
I mean, it's the same
in
tap water you
time.
have daily, because it's the same town. It's where you live.
But would people drink the tap water in the
Yeah.
20s?
Yeah. It
Alright,
might not
I'm
be
gonna
the best
check
for them, but they drink it.
It's
It's a hotel as well, so you could probably get a number of juices and stuff.
Oh,
so
cup of tea. Can I ask for a cup of tea? I promise
Lady
not
Beck,
to be myself this campaign, but like it's slipping.
Lady Bexley gives you a really confused look, and she turns to the waiter and she goes, "Okay, I'll have another martini. Arthur, what are you having?"
Whiskey.
So same again for you, Sam. 2 whiskeys and can you just get something virgin for this one?
Yeah.
She refuses to ask for tea.
Okay.
Well,
I just raises an eyebrow, just sips his drink, looking
I'm
away.
gonna go back to just saying nothing in the conversation. I haven't introduced myself because after you guys started talking about the war, it got that awkward bit where it's too far in the conversation for me to suddenly introduce myself because you haven't just arrived. So I was just like, I'm here. Don't mind me. It's carry on.
Lady Bexley turns to you. I will make a drinker out of you eventually. Oh, where are my manners? Arthur, I didn't finish introducing everybody. This is Artemis. She's good intellectual company, shall we say.
Ah, interesting. I offer a hand.
I've seen other people shake their hands. I'll like it. It'll feel like I'm maybe using only 2 fingers, like it's my whole hand, but I'm just gonna weakly kind of like touch it, and then.
Wait,
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
You too. Just goes back to his drink. Just looking around this sort of like private.
So, Borgvard, you are also now in this private area, but at a different table of your own. The gentleman that was at the door that let you in actually comes up to you specifically and says, "Can I interest, sir, in any kind of light reading or any drinks?"
Whatever the finest scotch you have.
Right-o. Anything to read? Cigars? Anything of the sort?
I do not smoke.
About 1 scotch. And he goes
I'm
off.
just going to kind of cross my legs and watch the other people in here. Very obviously and awkward.
Okay,
Like I'm clearly listening to other people's conversation.
Okay, give me a listen check, and we'll go back
Oh, that's a
to
thing.
we'll go
That's a
back to Artemis and
I'm not good at this.
and Arthur.
Oh my god!
That's a fumble.
99.
I failed at listening.
Okay, with that fumble, everyone on your Artemis and Arthur, there is a strange man in the booth across for you, staring at you with his ear towards you.
I'm just gonna swirl my drink a bit. Can we help you?
I'm just gonna hold up my scotch like cheers.
You don't have a scotch yet. You left the other one at the bar, and man
Shit,
has
I
just
thought
got
it
to
would be
get
here
you.
by now.
No, he's just left.
Okay, so just sideways eyes then. Waiting for this waiting for the scotch.
I just look like interesting gentleman.
To the two that are in the main bar, what are you guys doing?
I've plumped myself at the bar, ordered something to drink, and lit a cigarette.
Okay.
Just staring around, basically.
You see a relatively full bar. Actually, it's pretty much every seat is taken. There's one table that has what seems to be only one gentleman at. All the seats at the bar are now taken. But give me either a spot hidden or a listen roll.
Oh, well, I'm good at listening, usually. There we go.
Hey,
Finally a
success!
Ah,
All right, I can pull these notes out now. Woohoo! Okay, so just listening to the being nosy, and you're a journalist. You're used to kind of having your ear out for conversation.
Investigative reporter, thank you very much.
A journalist. You catch wind of a few people talking about some what you can amount to local news, and you hear. Did you hear that another one went missing? Yeah, wasn't it? Wasn't it Mr. Lear's daughter? Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable letting my kids out tonight. No, I agree. If I had kids, I'd seriously put them under curfew.
Oh my goodness. I might need to get another pen. How am I supposed to take notes?
Pencil.
Yeah, but
More
I'd have
pens.
to get that too. Everything's packed.
And yeah, you get given your drink, and yeah, there is nowhere to sit bar one table in this bar.
I'll just walk up to the table. Is your seat taken, sir?
Bobby, is this seat taken?
Hello. Hello there. I'm waiting for a friend, and she's not arrived yet.
There's about 3
Are there more
seats
than
at the
one?
table,
Are
though.
there more
Yeah.
than-
Yeah.
I have a seat then. Yeah, there's one taken.
Thank you very much.
That's pretty.
So, Bobby, you have just
No
been
long road.
met by this 6-foot foreign-sounding man. Well, more than 6 foot. This
6'6", thank you.
this giant, absolute giant of a foreign man has just asked you to sit at the same table.
So I'm. Name's Robert. Most call me Bobby.
Name's Willem.
Pleasure to meet you. I'll hold out a hand.
Pleasure. Shaking that hand.
And then sit back down awkwardly.
So what brings you here?
Not very pleasant business. Family member, grandfather died. He lived here, sorting out the affairs.
My condolences.
Thank you.
Very sorry to hear that.
Mhm.
You from around here?
Not originally, no. No, I'm from the Isle of Man originally, but been down here since the end of the war, pretty much.
Fair enough. I'm just traveling. This was apparently a good place to have a holiday, but starting to wonder if that's actually true.
Yeah. Midge, just a question.
Hmm.
What sort of understanding would I have of this place, of the town, everything?
Okay, so your grandparents moved here probably just before the war from up north. But you've been down to visit a number of times. Basically, in the summers, you'd take a weekend or a long weekend down just to see the place. So you've been here quite a few times. Like, yeah, you know the area pretty well. Yeah, you've spent a summer or so down here.
All right. So would I know about the bit behind the bar, the VIP area as well?
You'd know of it. You can't say you'd ever been behind in the VIP area.
No. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna check my. Probably get another beer. I'll ask Willem if he's having another drink as well. You
I'll
having a
take
drink?
another one, yes, please.
Another one? What are you drinking?
I'll have a scotch.
Scotch. All right. I'll go for the
Been a
bar.
long day, Mitch.
Yeah, fair enough.
Mhm.
One scotch and one beer would set you back about 9 pence.
9 pence. Alright. I'll hand over that and I'll hand over an extra 2 pence. Well made.
You're not served by the big baldy one this time.
Why not?
She's apparently off doing something. You're actually served by a younger girl, probably around 17, and she was like, "Oh, thank you," and she pockets the change, and yeah, and you have your drinks.
Ooh. Walk back to the chair.
Thank
Hand
you
over.
kindly.
There you go. I'm gonna, at this point, I'd like to have a look at the door and see if my friends come in. So,
You're getting a bit weirded out now. Your friend actually hasn't turned up at all.
What time was I expecting it?
Probably about an hour ago from now.
An hour ago. Alright. I'm gonna glance at my watch, just sort of comment of, I was expecting a friend, but she's a bit late. It seems.
That's not nice. We're supposed to meet here?
Yeah. She'd arranged and everything. We're not seeing each other for years.
Who might she be then?
Her name's Jessica. An old friend.
Old friend or old flame?
I'll let you decide for yourself on that.
Very well. She from around here?
Is she from around here?
Yes,
I can't
she's
remember.
from around. Yeah, she's from
Yeah,
around.
she's a local.
Let me consult the voice in my head.
Turn off to one side, eyes glaze over. One thing I will mention is while you're talking to me, Willem, is you notice I have burns up the left side of my face, and I'm missing my left ear as well.
Wait,
I'm
so
talking to your...
am I hearing this right? If we put all the missing body parts together, we can build another party member?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's rival, actually.
Well, I'm not.
Yes, master.
It's alive!
I'm in love with Rival's character. His backstory is hilarious.
So he's got like your what, left or right arm, your ear, a tiny chunk of my leg.
Oh yeah, did you send me that thing?
I did check your DMs,
Yeah, okay.
but no, I'm not a cyborg or missing a leg.
Sliding in the DMs.
Oh my.
Mm.
Okay, I know what the
You
ding
know,
was
it's-
now. Okay.
Speaking of sliding in the DM, I'm just gonna leave this right here.
It's keeper, not DM in this game. So yeah.
So,
No.
Willem-
Sliding in the DMs, in the keeper's DMs.
in the keepers.
Oh, bring that up again, huh?
So, Willem, what do you do?
I am a reporter.
That fell for
Any-
quick.
Anything
What?
interesting?
Well, so far nothing, but I hear people are disappearing here, so
Ah,
maybe something to report on.
Bobby, you would have
Actually,
heard
I'm
of
on
this
holiday,
actually. Just to point butt in here. Actually, Bobby, you would have heard of this, but you only have heard that it was one person so far.
Have I heard of this too? Do I know things?
You know that. Give me.
I read papers. I'm really on good terms with my staff. They would know things.
Yeah. Okay. You would also know that one person's been missing so far, but not much has been done. Give me. I'm trying to think of it. Give me a skill roll that you feel would apply to memory or an intelligence roll, please, Artemis.
Me? I can give you an intelligence roll. I'm pretty clever.
You know that the one missing girl you know of. You remember her to be a girl by the name of Charlotte Franklin.
Okay.
And Anna,
Every pin in
one
this
of
house is broken.
and Anna, your servant. Don't like the household staff. I hate the word servant.
What was the name of the missing girl again?
Charlotte Franklin.
Would I know that? Would I just know that there's someone-
She knew Charlotte Franklin to be a bit of a thief.
Ooh. Nice word. I might switch to pencil.
But yes, back to Willem.
So yeah, I've heard him say people are disappearing, and I'll just sort of comment, oh yeah, I've heard someone's missing.
Well, I heard there was another one missing, according to the locals. So I guess it's not just the one.
It's a strange
But we'll
time to
see.
live in.
I may go digging in the morning, ask around a bit more. I'm really tired of the trip right now, and I really feel like I should take some rest.
Mhm.
But always keep my ears open.
Borgvard, your scotch has arrived.
Oh, thank God. I'm going to drink a lot of it quickly.
You
I
okay?
assume
Give
we're
me,
all still,
give,
like, seeing this
give,
setup.
give me a con roll. Give me a con
Oh, God
roll.
damn it.
Give
If
me
we're
a
sitting around a table, or how are we looking?
you chug quite a lot of it, and from the previous scotch, you thought it'd be kind of a bit crap, watery scotch. You don't have higher expectations in space. You were wrong. It was quite an old scotch and quite strong, and you kind of go, and everyone on Artemis and Arthur's table look again as the weird gentleman that was staring a moment ago is now choking on a scotch.
It's now choking on a scotch.
I just lean over to Lady Bex and say, I suppose you recognise that interesting gentleman under the table.
I haven't the foggiest idea who the bloody hell he is.
How are we orientated on the table?
It's so it's like a corner booth. So it's like a semicircular. You're to the right, to the left of Lady Bexley. No, sorry, to the right of Lady Bexley. She got up when you sat down and let you in. So you're kind of heading towards the center of the half booth.
Wait, no, hang on.
Do I need to draw it?
There's a semicircle.
Yeah, it's semicircle. You're towards the center
Facing
of the.
out towards the room.
So the open half of the semicircle would be into the room.
Okay.
Arthur and Lady
semicircle.
Bexley are opposite each other, closest to the room.
Edges. Okay. I'm to the right. Okay.
And then you're to the right of Lady Bexley. So if you were looking forward, you would see the curtains of the room.
And he's at a table like in the middle of the room?
So he is directly. So if you were to look to your left, he would be on another half booth across the room. So if you pushed the two sides of the room, it'd make a full circle, and it's like the room splits the circle in half.
The room is a circle?
No, the booth is a circle. Okay,
While this is going on,
I will draw it.
can't
Give me a moment.
visualize.
Give me a moment.
I'm going
The
to
circular
I'm going to
table.
pull out a handkerchief and like just kind of like clean off the front of my waistcoat and just like hold up the glass and go smooth.
Indeed it is.
So what I meant was I can't look at him without actually having to turn my head.
No,
Okay, because I would keep glancing at him because I'm like the...
you'd be looking through Lady Bexley, but it'd be
what?
more than doable.
You said I was to the... I don't know my left and right. So
No, you do not.
Let me just
Hold up your hands.
readjust this diagram.
Hold on, I need to
Make
just
the
adjust
L's.
this diagram so it doesn't look like I've got nipples on my screen.
Midge.
Oh,
I've got the wrong folder there.
Okay, I'll pull you guys over to this diagram.
All right, gonna censor this part of the
Not
video.
making it weird.
It's hard drawing with a mouse, but okay. So the arrow is the entrance curtain to the room, and then there's
I don't
booths
see
arrayed like
anything.
that.
It's on the stream.
No, you
Oh,
guys should
not-
be dragged over as well.
Oh, no, it's just like an empty room of squares.
Yeah, it's just empty on this. end.
Yeah.
What?
Are you drawing on the DM layer?
I probably have.
I can see why you were worried about what it looks like
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I am on the GM.
from
mode.
looking at
Okay.
this screen.
What the fuck? I just looked over again. Jesus
yeah.
There you are.
Christ.
There you are.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
Even worse.
Okay. So there's 4 curved booths with tables in the center. There is an entrance in.
Have you?
um,
oh, okay.
Artemis, you are sat there. Lady Bexley would be there. Arthur would be there.
What do you
Thingy
mean
would
there?
be
You
there.
keep saying there.
I'm pinging.
It's not pinging for me.
No, it's not.
Oh my god, no!
What are you doing?
I'm just looking at the stream. The stream.
Okay.
So easier.
So
Yeah, but
Lady
it's still
Bexley
like-
is there. You see the pings?
Yep.
Now
You
we
would be
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Arthur would be there. Doctor would be there. And Borkvard is there.
Okay. No, I can look at him without. Really
Yeah, you
moving my
might
head
have to
at
turn
all.
your head a little bit, but
I'm gonna stare at him.
you're gonna stare at him. You're gonna stare at the Norwegian fella.
Well,
Okay.
not like rudely, but just like
Just one of those like calm staring ats, you know.
it's like I can't look away and I don't know, like I'm just so confused. It's like a bit, like when you see a car crash, but like not in a
Oh, I've
crash.
got attractiveness 85. I'm used to it.
exactly like he's attractive and also very strange.
Strangely attractive.
So
Okay,
car
so
crash.
you see a strangely
it's a
attractive. I think you've heard him speak. So foreign fella, with one hand.
Is it
Only
obvious
lefty.
that he only has one hand?
Very
Yeah,
much
there's
so.
nothing else there. Like my coat is tailored so that like you get the proper appropriate cuff length at the nub.
You got cufflinks on your stump then.
Stump
Well, yeah,
links.
but I know because I'm missing a little bit of arm there. The sleeve would have to be shorter than the other sleeve, so all my clothes are tailored. so
Some
that...
people just have like a long sleeve, but that's fine. That's fine.
Oh no, I mean, you gotta have.
If you
the
have that
appropriate,
much
like-
money, you need something to spend it on, right? And
Yeah, I throw it at poor people.
You throw it at poor people and police officers apparently.
literally.
I mean, little column A, little column B.
At what point do we say that Borgvard gets an ability to throw money at people as like an attack? Like it does damage.
Oh, I'd love
How
to
much
see
does
him.
a gold coin?
I'm pretty sure that's a plot point in one of the Resident Evil movies.
I would love to see him throw money at a great old one. Like,
I'm pretty sure.
shut
one
up
of
and
the
take my money,
characters
Cthulhu!
In Resident Evil, shoots coins out of her gun.
Oh.
Oh yeah, probably.
Anywho,
So I'm just gonna like look over at this like sort of choking, one-armed, weirdly well-dressed gentleman and say, "Are you all right, good sir?"
oh yes, I'll be all right. Just a little trouble with the local spirit.
Arthur looks incredibly unconvinced. All right. So, Lady Bexley, what have you been doing recently? Just trying to desperately start the conversation up again.
Oh, well, I sold some more of my husband's work. I used a couple of my older contacts.
Sold?
Work.
What does he do? Do I know this? Is there a way for that sentence to make sense?
You would be aware that Lady Bexley used to, before she was married, be an art dealer.
Okay.
Interesting. Good prices, or?
Well, it's more than I thought I'd get for them. Let's say that. Theodore's art is
Interesting, yes.
been it's a little more esoteric than I'd put him for, but
Yes,
No.
I saw the statues on the way into your estate. Very interesting.
oh, those were
Sounds
his
anything like-
father's.
Oh, I see. So it's inherited.
You could say that.
Are we talking about him having done art, or are we talking about you're selling like family portraits and shit? I don't know.
Are you asking her?
No.
Then you don't know.
Then I don't know.
I hope the journey down was okay, Arthur.
That was quite alright. I hired a driver. He seemed very interested to drive something a little more than a lorry.
Oh, I bet. Hang on, I need to roll to see who. Arthur, you feel Lady Bexley's foot brush your leg.
Mm-hmm. I raise an eyebrow, but don't react otherwise. Wait, which leg? Important question.
Your left leg.
Ah. It's you sort of this sort of stops a bit as there's a bit of a metallic ping.
Do I hear that?
The metallic ting. Give me a listen check.
I'm quite good at listening. I'm quite good at listening.
You hear what sounds like fabric on fabric, and then ding.
Okay, I'm gonna keep the knowledge to myself. I'm gonna be confused, but I'm gonna know it.
Lady Bexley is unfazed,
Mm-hmm.
but she retracts her foot.
Let's raise an eyebrow, but don't react otherwise.
Gentlemen that are in the main bar, you notice quite the commotion happening over at one of the other tables.
Do I need to listen in again?
What do you want to do?
Well, I do want to listen in, because I will always look for news.
You want to listen in? Okay. Give me a listen check then.
Very well. Oh my. I'm very good at listening, usually. Guess the Scotch got to me.
It just sounds like a lot of shouting. You're not used to a lot of the local English accents either.
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar.
I'll give a listen as well, I suppose.
Yeah, go for it.
I can tell them, no.
I guess, you know, if that's what people are doing, then.
Which side are they sat on? Which side in relation?
Well, you're sat kind of relatively close to the door. You'd be listening out your right ear, kind of.
My right ear, okay.
Yeah.
So I'd probably maybe hear it then. If
Yeah.
I can find the listen. Where's the listen? There it is.
Oh,
I can hear it.
yeah, you
Oh,
can.
hooray.
You hear.
Speaking to my good ear.
Right, I'm gonna go give that creep a piece of my mind. If he's or if I find out he's laid a single hair of a hand on oh fuck words.
You laid his hair on her hand.
Oh no, a man's having a stroke.
Wasn't one of you a medic in the war?
The doctor was.
He was a doctor.
If I find he's laid a single hand on my little girl's head, and that's what we hear.
What's going on there?
You see now as well, because your hearing's kind of, you heard that and you picked up and you looked. You see a man in work overalls with rolled up sleeves being calmed down by about 3 men of equal size and stature. The man that's a bit angry has got kind of this 5 o'clock shadow going on. Kind of looks to have been crying at one point, but he doesn't seem to be now. Very agitated.
Seems to be something about someone laying a hand on someone's daughter.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand up and walk over to that man.
Okay.
Sir.
And that's how we lost our Dutchman.
Okay. Give me a moment here.
How tall is he?
He's probably about 6'2", but you are bigger. You are.
While this is going on, I'm just going to sit there and just keep an eye on what's going on.
You come in and there's a group of people just calming this one man down, and he looks at you. Looks up. What do you want?
Sir, I heard a commotion. What's going on here?
Haven't you fucking heard?
No, I just arrived, sir.
My fucking daughter's gone missing.
That's not nice news to hear. What happened? Do you know anything?
No, but I bet it's that fucking Stephen Bell.
Stephen? No, he's here. No!
Is that with a V or a PH?
It is with a V.
Oh, thank God.
I wrote it wrong. I wrote it fucking wrong. Damn it, Stephen. And who might he be
What
then?
did you say the second name was?
Bell.
B-E-L-L.
And who might he be then?
You don't fucking know much, do you?
Sir, this is my first evening in this town. I have never been here before. I'm terribly sorry, but I'm just that inquisitive.
One of the other guys just goes, "All right, Arnie, just like calm down a bit. The guy's just trying to get involved." Right, go. Right, Pete, take him out back. We just sorry about him. Naturally, he's a bit agitated. You see,
Quite alright. It's quite understandable as well.
You see Pete take a guy referred to as Arnie out round the back, which looks to be like the kind of toilets, beer garden, maybe. You don't know.
So what is going on here? I heard his daughter is missing.
Yeah. She'd be the second one to have gone missing, you know.
The second one?
Yeah, it was a girl a couple of weeks ago, but, well, the first girl, you kind of can't blame her for going missing, but it's unlike Katie to go missing.
Katie, you say?
Yeah. Why are you so interested, anyway?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I'm a reporter.
Weirdo.
Oh, who'd you write for?
Oh, several newspapers. Mostly AP, though. Associated Press, sir.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, I mean, it's really unlike anything like this to happen in the area, but, yeah, is Katie's gone missing. Sweet young girl she is.
How old is she?
Katie? Oh.
Notes intensify.
Indeed.
17?
17 years young. That's very young.
Do I know how old the other one was?
You referring to Charlotte?
Yeah.
She was 15.
So there's two young girls missing. And who might this Stephen Bell be then? Your friend clearly thought he had something to do with it.
Stephen Bell is he's a quiet one.
He leaves a hang on, let me check. I don't want to give you the wrong place. He lives in an old cottage at the end of East Street. Keeps to himself a lot, but we all find him a bit weird.
End of East Street?
East Street, yeah.
Oh, East Street. Okay. So he's a bit of a loner then.
I would say so. Now, if
Does
you
he have
don't
a
mind, he does handiwork every now and then. I think he kind of just lives a lot off the money his mum left him. I don't know much more than that, and if you don't mind, I'm going to go check my friend.
It's a good idea.
He gives you a
Make
kind
sure he
of
doesn't get into
a
trouble.
kind of a weary look, but he's kind of... You get the impression that he thinks he's being helpful by talking to the press, and he walks off. So, at the... I was about to say the posh table, but in the VIP section.
About the posh table, yeah, to be honest.
So Lady Bexley leans in, and she goes, "So what do you guys make of all this business about the 2 missing girls? I hear it's 2 now."
Missing girls?
2?
Let's raise an eyebrow.
I only heard about Charlotte.
Well, I heard Mr. Lear's young thing just went missing as well.
Do I know who Mr. Lear is?
You would, as someone who lives in town. Arnold Lear is the owner of a construction agency in town.
Oh no, not Katie too. When did she go? When did she go?
Apparently just last night. And you see the doctor kind of... He looks a bit more... Whereas Madison kind of looks intrigued, almost, which is a little bit weird. The doctor looks a bit more reserved and a bit quieter. He kind of leans back, sips his drink a bit more, because you get the impression, being the only doctor in town, he knows everyone.
Disappearances, you say?
Well, apparently so. People ought to lock up their daughters. Which would be no fun for me.
How many daughters have gone missing?
Well, it's 2 girls.
You don't think that there'd be more, do you, Captain?
There could be. I mean, if there's only one last night.
Borgvard, give me a listen check. You've heard the words, apparently, girls, last night.
I'm going to get up and, you know, again straighten out my clothes and walk over to the end of the table and like give like a really curt nod and be like, Borgfard Gunderson.
I sort of I go to
I
shake
couldn't
your hand,
help-
and I go for the wrong hand. And go,
I couldn't help but notice you were staring my direction, and I'm looking at Artemis.
You thought that she was red earlier. I'm this color now. This is the color that I am.
Arthur just laughed into his drink. I just sort of like off her hand.
Without invitation, I'm sitting down. I'm just like budging in.
Okay.
Which side?
Yeah.
Whichever one's closer to Artemis.
So you're gonna...
One
Oh,
leg
okay,
next to me.
okay. You, let me roll something here.
So is that next to Lady Blexley then?
Yeah.
Lady Bexley, Lady Bexley sees you trying to sit down, and she looks at Artemis and kind of goes, ooh, and stands up and switches the side and ushers to Arthur to budge up.
Oh my
Arthur is now very obviously just laughing into his drink.
Lady Bexley has completely lost her conversation that she was having, and now she's just
I'm gonna give Lady
staring.
Bexley like a very just like a curt nod,
You've
and a
never
wink.
been here before. Why you don't want to sit next to her?
It's good to see there's someone here of repute.
You said Borgvard Gunderson. Am I saying that right?
Yes, the third.
Oh, he's got a number as well. Lady Madison
Yes,
Bexley.
indeed. Have you ever heard the tale of my progenitor?
I can't say I
Have I?
have. Fucking give me
Long story for another day.
Give me a
History?
history.
Did that actually happen before if it's history?
Wait, is this me? Me or who?
No. We have to.
Give
Oh.
Arthur. Give me a history check, and I'm looking for extreme success. Is that it?
I can't say I have.
You have no idea what a Borgvard is. Like,
Wait. Can I just do a psychology? See, is he making this up? Is he just some charlatan?
Yeah, sure,
coming
go for
here
it.
with Okay.
you look at this guy and you go, he's crazy enough to be foreign. You kind of believe him.
Can't say I have.
Where are my manners? This is Captain Arthur Byron. We have
Offer a hand and then switch on as I in the wrong one.
I've got my drink in one hand, so I'm just gonna nod.
we have Dr. George Samuels. He's the local physician, shall we say? And this, with a sort of softening her voice. This is Artemis
If
Sheffield.
I could be like sinking into the.
You can 100% sink down into the chair.
Just
I mean,
like,
I'll just
Nursing a virgin martini, which was brought to you earlier.
I'll make like a sort of a noise of acceptance of
like a
like
squeak.
just and just kind of drink something.
Like, when it gets to you to like hold up the glass, big nod.
So, you clearly are a man of yourself, a man of repute of yourself. Where are you from?
Oh, I'm the 11th. Well, what the fuck am I, Baron? I'm a Baron. I almost said Earl. God damn it! No, I can't promote my. Wait, is that a promotion or demotion?
It'd be
That's a promotion.
It'd be a
I
promotion.
can't just promote myself.
UK to transferring baronship from Norway to UK. It'd actually be equal in UK.
Oh,
to,
okay.
UK to,
All my knowledge of the medieval pasture comes from CK2. I'll be honest. So you know.
And earldom would. Earldom and baronies are basically just different types of estate of the same-ish level, and then a count. So.
11th Baron of Hammerfest.
Oh,
Got another like big bow, like really curt and quick.
more nobility. My husband is Lord Theodore Bexley. He is the Viscount of the area.
Ah, good nobility in the region.
Quite. So what brings you to our little part of the United Kingdom?
Okay, I'm gonna take another big swig of the drink, starting to get drunk a little bit. Like,
I'd say that's a Scotch, and it's a pretty strong one.
oh yeah, I've been drinking pretty quickly because I'm in a shit heap of a town. I'm on it's industrial, one might say. Looking for helium.
Helium. Oh,
Nice high-pitched voice there.
I heard that gives you the giggles.
Quite expensive these days, hard to manufacture and all.
What are you going to use it for?
I will be the first man who circumnavigates the globe in a blimp. Or a
People in
balloon,
the
one
main
might
bar, give me a listen roll.
say. Just here, circumnavigate the globe.
I like the spin in the hand as well.
Oh, that's all in it.
Navigate.
I think I picked up on that.
As the what has become a familiar sight to the people in the main bar, one of the serving staff coming out of this private area opens the curtain. You just see a guy with a stump hand go, "Circumnavigate the globe," in an unfamiliar accent.
Then without breaking, completely like 90-degree change of subject. So I overheard you fought in the Great War.
Ah, yes, I did. Shift my leg a bit.
Okay, yeah, cool. Continue. I've just realised something that I need to pick Ben up on a bit more.
Where were you?
Oh, I was on the Western Front, mostly around north of France. Well, called a Passenger. How do you pronounce it? I've forgotten already. I had to look this up. I'm bad at pronunciation.
You mean Passchendaele?
introduction.
Passchendaele.
Yeah, Passchendaele, yeah.
Well, I mean, I had to do a parallel from the last D&D
Yeah.
campaign we ran, where Borgfard had a hell of an introduction at a bar.
Yeah, that's a Battle of Passionates where I, a few other battles where I got this, and I just click like my right leg to my left. You just hear a soft like clanking almost.
No, I'm gonna give him like a knowing nod and just kind of like hold up the stump.
How do you manage to well, not get but lose that?
Oh, it's a long story. I was at the Battle of Tannenberg fighting with the Whites, and and just kind of like trail off.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Like sloshing and slurring, just trail off into nothing than scotch.
Sort of a well, interesting.
You fought for the Russians? I'm very confused.
Use history noises.
Arthur does look a little bit confused, but it's like, wait a minute.
The White? Do you mean the Russians? Lady Bexley cuts in.
Oh yes, I was here and I was there.
But I thought you said
How
you
would
were
a man-
Norwegian.
Indeed.
How would a member of the Norwegian nobility end up in the Russian army?
Oh, the same way the Poles did.
Marriage?
Do you mean to say you volunteered for that god-awful war?
I don't think the Poles volunteered.
Or did they not?
Oh, I don't think they volunteered for anything in all of history.
They
Just
tended
kind of
not
get
to.
foisted upon them. Yes, I was here and I was there, but that's where I lost the hand.
I like the idea that Ben's character was just hot air ballooning over the battle and got hit by a stray shell.
Got shot out of the air.
Oh, blasters!
We're Russian
Like-
now.
Duh.
I dare say it's an interesting story.
Do you want to see it?
See it?
It's more of a family heirloom now. I keep it in a jar.
You keep your hand in a jar.
I'm rather attached to it. Not anymore.
Okay, everyone in the main bar, give me a listen check. Actually, Willem, you
being this
can still
big
pick
with
up
your
on this on your
hands?
previous one.
Yeah.
Because
Okay, Bobby, from the other side of the bar now.
Well, that was
the
my
complete
right hand,
other
so it
end.
would have just been a stump
You
thumping.
over this sort of low murmur of discussion that's like happening generally in the bar. You just hear from the private area.
I'm just staring at Bobby like.
Sounds like they're having a bit of fun in there, whatever it is.
what do you keep it in to preserve it?
A mason jar.
I mean, do you keep it in any chemical? So
Oh
that-
yes, some sort of formaldehyde or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is. I didn't do it myself. I pay people for that.
You paid someone to pickle your hand. I must say.
I'm giving Lady Bexley a look like, what kind of nutter have we found in this like back room? And I'm not making it very unclear.
Mr. Gunderson, are you going to be here all week?
Oh yes, I expect my search will be a long one.
Oh, then you must join us on Sunday. Up at the house. My husband and I are having a little bit of a gathering. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that would love to meet you.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Give me a spot hidden, Ben. And then also give me a language English roll.
Oh no.
Yeah. You think she's being extremely genuine and that there was no sarcasm there whatsoever, and
Yeah, I
that
did not
people
pick
would
up on that.
People would love to meet you. But you've been invited to a party on Sunday.
I am all for a party.
Yeah. And is Lady Magnus hiding?
It kind of looks like that, doesn't it?
she got,
He goes, is Lady Magnus hiding?
just hiding behind. But yeah, you've been invited to a party on Sunday.
Where's she gone?
Oh no, she is no there.
What makes you think that there's helium in this part of the country?
Oh, there's a very big ballooning community nearby.
Yeah, Ben, you would have researched that. You do know that.
See, you see, most people use the hydrogen, but it tends to explode.
That was Irish.
Give. Goddamn, it tends to explode.
It tends to explode.
County Crack, Ireland.
Yeah, exactly.
County Crack, Norway.
I'm from the Irish part of Norway.
Just Irish part of probably exists, you know.
You gotta put the
Even
Irish
drunk
people
apart
somewhere.
Norway.
You can't just let them wander.
Okay.
Ireland, mostly.
All right. So you begin. People in the main bar. You don't need to do a listen check to hear this, but you hear shouting. People in the private room, please give me a listen check.
Oh no.
I don't hear things. No.
Depending on what you
Oh,
mean,
I need
that
to-
could be a
no.
very good thing.
My intention
Oh
is,
my
is
goodness.
entirely enraptured by this strange Norwegian man we've picked up.
Yeah, I'm very much distracted by just pure confusion.
Okay. They all failed. Except the. Oh, I haven't got the doctor on here. Oh, okay. The doctor is. You see the doctor. You guys notice the doctor look round, but people in the main bar. You see again. William, you'll know the guy's name. The guy that was referred to as Arnie. You see him shouting and what you can kind of amount to a lot of swear words. And you notice him barge out of the pub, followed by his lackeys. People in the VIP section, you see the doctor excuse himself, get up, and look to see what the noise was, as well as.
I'm gonna stand up, and as I go, my hand just sort of goes to like a bit.
As
on my
well as the
pocket
guy
and
that's
like,
by the curtain.
to rest on something before it's not there, and just keep going.
Okay. You're getting up as well.
Yeah. So yeah, I am.
Okay.
Just to
I'm
keep
not-
I
going
am.
taking-
as well.
I am not. I am staying.
I'm taking out my
With the
notepad and start writing
ladies.
down what I've heard before.
Okay. Madison turns around and George, where are you going? He's like, I could have sworn I heard something. He then looks to the thing, one of the people that's sat at a table, because he knows everyone. And he goes, oh, really? Oh, blast. Will you excuse me? I think I need to go stop Arnold from being his own fool and get himself arrested. And George runs off. People from the non-VIP section, you notice a gentleman peer out of the VIP section, look at, start talking to a publican, kind of go, roll his eyes, and rush out after the people that just left.
I'm writing that down in my notebook as well.
I just sort of pull the curtain back and sit back down at the booth.
Is there?
Did I hear that conversation between the doctor and the other?
No.
No. Okay.
It was just low mumble. You'd have to have super hearing to hear it. You're the other side of the room now.
He said something about an Arnold.
Is this the Bexley? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, either of or Artemis could answer this.
To the locals, yes.
Oh, that would be. That's but as in Arnold Lear. I didn't know he was here. One of the missing girl's father.
I just say, I just thought, shit. Well, the good doctor just ran out to try and just ran out after him.
Well,
Well, I don't suppose you have a local constabulary you can call at a moment's notice.
Well, we do have.
Oh, God damn it.
We have a number of police officers. Yes.
Yes, I fear there's about to be a lynch mob by the sounds of it. And the good doctor appears to have ran out to try and stop it by himself.
Oh, hang on. A lynch mob. What was the best excitement we've had all week? Come on, grab your things.
I'm just like rolling my eyes in confusion and just moving off as well.
I'm gonna just like look up confused for a second, and be like, oh, there's some sort of kerfuffle.
We're going to go watch a fight. Are you coming? That was to you, Borgford.
Oh,
Hopefully not.
I'm just gonna like budge out of the, sideways scoot outside of the
Yeah.
booth. Yes, I'll be coming.
Bexley points at you, Artemis, and just goes, well, I'm your lift home, so you're definitely coming.
just sort of general stuttering and a kind of okay.
And then everyone that's in the main bar, you see two extremely extravagantly dressed people exit the bar. Bobby, you will recognize, and then two others, and then Bobby, you'll recognize two of these. Actually, give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence.
I threw my pencil on the floor.
Yeah, you'll recognize two of these people. One is the local doctor who you've definitely met because he is the person that actually handed you the death certificate of your grandfather, and the other one is a lady that you've seen twice, and I think your grandmother has talked to you about it. But that's the lord of the area's wife has also just left, followed by two others that you do not recognize, and they seem to also be chasing. Oh no, the doctor's already gone. Doctor has already gone. Sorry about that. You already saw the doctor leave. But you see three people that you don't recognize, and the lady of the area just leave after the doctor, and it's all becoming a little bit of a rat race.
Rather strange.
What's going on then?
Well,
People running.
that bloke you were talking to before,
Yeah.
Doctor's just gone chasing after him, and I believe that was the lady of the manor, so to speak, has gone out
And
there
a
as well.
very attractive foreigner.
That is. That smells like a story. I'm just gonna pocket my notebook and I'm just gonna follow briskly after that group of people.
I'm just gonna look after him and then just sort of stand up and follow as well.
All right. So all of you are now outside in various drips and drabs to see what is a very drunk man. Some of you will recognize as Arnold Lear. Others, Muzz, your character, you realize that it's this Arnie bloke. Somehow he's got even further intoxicated than when you spoke to him. He's like marching around the town, shouting at the top of his lungs, like, I'm gonna fucking kill him! And he's just properly going at it. He's got friends trying to calm him down. The doctor's over there trying to stop him. Lady Madison Bexley is just kind of there laughing. It's just like, oh, this is just getting good, isn't it?
I shoot her a slightly incredulous, like someone like a sort of like friend who you've does stupid weird shit, but you've sort of half gotten used to it at this point, but you're still a bit like, and just look around to see the sort of. Do I see like Willem and Bobby behind us?
Yeah, you see them. You see a 6'6" man, and a slightly shorter, slightly shorted, very scarred man.
You better hope we never have to go splunking.
Wait,
I'll just throw you down, Ben.
nighttime now? Is it got dark? How long have we been?
Yeah, it's about 9 o'clock now. It's dark.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna lightly shiver.
I look to the two the two sort of people behind us and say, "You two, how much experience do you have in a fight?"
I've seen my share.
Um,
Not really been in one, thankfully. Never really needed to. Usually just back away.
Arthur, you
Does anybody have a lance?
Arthur, you instantly a double take at what this weird Norwegian gentleman has just said, but you also notice that the 6'6" man is also speaking with a foreign accent.
Okay. I just thought of. I'd like to come with me and stop a fight. Hopefully.
I can definitely try and hold him down.
Do people at this time period know the difference between Dutch and German accent?
Yes. Well.
People now know the difference?
Yeah, okay.
German is most definitely different.
I would.
Yeah, but
that's
mate,
only.
you're underestimating English.
I would only say that on. Yeah, if he wanted to try and work out what the accent was, I'd make him roll on that, and he might not get a straight answer. But
Okay.
he hears that it's definitely a continental accent, not French.
Yeah.
But it could be anything from Belgian to, Danish, as far as he's aware right now. He's only heard him speak like 3 lines.
It could come from a country somewhere between Belgium and Denmark.
You could draw a straight line. There's not that many countries, but still.
To be exact.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay, there's a little bit of Germany between there, but not much.
I was going to say.
Between Belgium and Denmark, not including Belgium or Denmark.
I'm just gonna start pacing off towards the what the doctor's trying to do.
Yeah, I'm following him.
I'm gonna take off my jacket and give it to Artemis, put it over.
I'll follow on as well, but not
I
very
noticed.
close.
That's where it be.
How
Just
gentlemanly of
dropping
you.
them hints. No,
I'm a nobleman. I am literally a gentleman.
Yeah,
that is
that's
my
your
occupation.
that's your occupation.
I'm freezing cold, but I'm also gonna blush again.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, just a little nod.
So yeah, you see this, and you then see that this very drunk man takes a swing at the doctor.
Ooh. I'm not in range to try and.
How
close am I at this point?
I mean, the doctor, luckily, obviously, being an ex-soldier as well, does manage to fucking duck this hit, and he kind of expected it coming. So he did he missed the hit. But what's your movement? What's your
9.
Oh, you could jump in right now and be at thing. You are a spry young fella. Look at you go.
Jesus Christ, your move rates.
Yeah, I've got a low size and
God, where do you even see that? I don't. Where is that number?
It's move rate.
May potentially have 1 leg as well.
Hit points, lost, magic, stamina.
It's like fucking Zebedee from the Magic Roundabout appears, and
like I said, robot.
It's under the rest of your characteristics.
Yeah.
In that box.
Move rate.
I'm quite quick. If 9 is fast.
I was about to ask how you're gonna do this, but I just see him.
7/8's about
Run off.
average, so he's above average speed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna.
I got
pick up
I got
the pace,
6.
pick
I'm
up the
big,
pace
but I'm slow.
Slightly, having seen the man make a swing.
I'm just gonna slowly pace into my hands raised. What appears to be the problem here?
Okay, give me a moment.
More than arm's reach, but just slightly outside of it.
Yeah, I gotta work out if the doctor is gonna even listen to you. I'm also gonna change the music. Give me a moment.
Something more exciting.
Oh, there it is. 8.
And
I am just blind.
Yeah, if we have to run away, I'm fucked.
You only have to run
fine.
faster than the slowest man.
I am probably the slowest man.
I bumped up jump as well. I can run for days.
My move rate is 7.
The doctor doesn't say anything to you directly. It's just, look, going after Stephen isn't going to do anything.
Do we hear this? Are we listening to the things that are being said?
Arthur definitely hears it. Soapy, you said you moved closer, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear this, but everyone else, I need you to make a listen if you want to hear that.
I moved in also.
Oh, okay,
But
you hear it.
just at a slower pace.
I'm just
I
cheering on
only
the
have a
fight.
move rate of 6.
So we might be listening.
Okay. Yeah, you still get. Yeah, it says fail, but I say you hear it. It's you hear.
Oh, okay.
He's big, blustery, and loud. It wasn't very difficult to hear.
I can even pick up through the accent, right?
I'm just sitting there going, yes, fight, you peasants!
The doctor kind of looks round at Borkvard saying that, and and with that, he doesn't see a hand being swung by Arnold, and he takes a hook. Doesn't like knock him all the way down, but you see he goes, all right, and then he turns to people around him and says, do you guys want to help me? And he lunges for
Who's
Arnold to
closest to
restrain
me
him.
right now?
Borkvard. Borkvard and Lady Bexley.
But who is closest to me right now?
Lady
Someone just got
Bexley, she wouldn't have gone
Okay.
far.
I was like, me. No.
Borkvard, you've
would
stepped
probably
forward a
grab
little
onto-
bit because you're
Yeah, I'm
taking on the
cheering,
fight.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Right. Yeah, no, I'd probably grab onto her arm then.
I got bloodlust.
And sort
She.
of perhaps sort of tug it a little bit. Has anyone called the police?
I have no idea. And then she puts an arm all the way around you, and it's a little bit lower than you'd expect.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Stop this! Why do you tease me so?
Whoa, is it like
I'm
the small...
trying to.
Wait, is it like the small of the back
How's that not
thing?
getting
Small on the back
anything
thing.
Okay.
I've got Borkvard. I've got Lady Bexley. I'm
you don't
just
have to-
trying to be.
You don't have to choose.
You haven't even met Rival's character yet.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, is he more attractive than me? Please say no.
I don't think that's important.
Rival is literally playing Flashheart from Blackadder.
Woof.
Oh my god.
I've barely interacted with society before, and I'm very flustered.
Yeah, you're a recluse being shown a world of excitement right now.
I'll just shout out loud. I can try to hold him down.
Okay, can you give anyone who's going to try and intercede, because as many as you can probably can try, can you all give me strength rolls?
Oh, I'm not touching this.
You're about 20
No.
meters away.
No, I want to see the fight.
Oh shit.
Wasn't the
Well-
idea not to get involved with fights? Isn't that
Well-
like the thing that we were
Well,
told right
notice-
in the beginning?
I'm
don't get
not
involved
involved.
with fights.
Notice I haven't.
Me and you,
no-
we're standing off to the side.
Notice
We're
I haven't made us
playing
roll
by the
combat
rules.
yet. If this would be going very differently if this was an actual combat.
Hey, if you ever need someone to show you how to, you know, properly handle a lance in mounted combat, I'm your man. I can handle that. But outside of that,
A number.
outside of that,
Bobby and Arthur, you kind of go in, and so does the doctor. The doctor's kind of got a hands on the guy, but you two he kind of shrugs you both off as like, "Ugh!" He's like
Oh, I got him.
drunk rage.
I'm
But
small and light.
Willem, you see this guy, and you're like, right, it's like a horse with blinders. You step round the back of him, grab him by the shoulders, and literally lift him up off the ground, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
You might want to calm down a bit, mate.
And with that, with you saying that, you look behind her, and you look behind, and you hear, "Oh, what's going on here?" And you look round to see George. I think it was George. Yeah,
Now
George.
you've got two Georges because the doctor's
Freshly
called George.
bandaged eye.
too.
Very,
Why have
very,
you done this?
very common name. George and another police officer that you don't recognize is standing there behind you.
Oh, hang on. George is the guy we met at the crash site.
He's the
It
one
is
with the
indeed.
deer.
Hmm. Hmm. So he's just basically rocked up now then.
Yeah. So there is a police officer stood there like, what's going on? And still struggling is Arnold, who's like, fuck. He's not a small guy. He's a 6-foot man. You're just lifting him off the kind of bear hugging him to restrain him. And he's like, fuck. And George just goes, Arnold, what you playing at now? And
Does the doctor not say anything?
the doctor is nursing a punch to the eye. Currently, he's kind of more focused on that.
I'm just trying to hold this man down because he's swinging for shit.
He's worked himself into a bit of a frenzy. See,
I'd like to run back into the bar real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
I want to get a cloth full of ice.
Oh, good idea. Yeah, go for it.
He mentioned that he was gonna kill someone. Well.
Oh, fucking kill him!
Like that, yeah. The doctor got involved and well.
The doctor got clocked.
Right.
Yes.
Right in the gobber.
Put him down, will you? Do you put him down?
Yeah, I'll let him go, but I'm still gonna be very close to him.
You keep a hand on his shoulder, and he's like, oh.
Yeah.
But he notices now that they're police, and he's like, and George just goes, Mr. Lear, look, let's just get you home, alright? And then Lear's friends finally catch up, because they dilly-dallied in the bar, and they're like, Lady Bexley just looks at them and goes, like a sort of knowing, like, too late. And Arthur, you notice these guys, and so do the police, and like, right, if all of you would disperse, we'll get Mr. Lear home.
No problem. I just offer the doctor a hand, like a sort of hand.
Thank you. Thank you, Byron.
Do bars have ice?
Yeah, they would have ice.
Yeah.
They'd
You
probably buy it in. They wouldn't have like a freezer to. It would be bought in a big block and, cut up. But ice would be a thing.
Well, whenever it's taken me, as long as it would take me to get.
About a minute. You return with some ice. As you come back, you notice the police have started to walk off. Arnold, not in cuffs, but they're holding on to his arms. They're walking him home.
Well, I will hand it to the good doctor.
Yeah, the author. Oh, thank you. He takes it, and he then turns to you, Muzz, your Willem. He goes, I don't believe we introduced. Sorry, I'm Dr. George Samuels. Thank you for stepping in.
Willem Computer, no problem.
Arthur Byron, I just offer a hand out.
Hold on.
I'll shake it.
Is that a Belgian name?
Dutch, actually.
Dutch. Okay. He's just dabbing his eye with the ice. It's like, that one's got a smart.
Will that be all right then?
I can't hold it against him. He's going for a bit of a rough one right now.
Indeed.
I mean, his girl was kidnapped, wasn't it? Or at least she disappeared.
Oh, so you've heard about it then?
I may have picked up earlier in the bar. Talked to him a bit. Well, either kidnaps or taken, or at least has disappeared.
2 disappearances in a small English town and 1 in a few weeks is unlikely. Especially if they share so much, if they're both younger women.
That's what I understood.
Naturally, everyone's a little bit tense about it. It's very unheard of.
Katie, what's her name?
Yes.
I'm just flipping through my notes.
How old would my friend be? Is she about the same age as me, or is she?
Yeah, she year younger maybe.
Okay. But she hasn't shown up for an arranged meeting.
No, she hasn't.
No.
You might want to look into that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask the doctor. Has he heard anything about Jessica? I was supposed to meet her tonight, She's not showing up.
Ah. Which Jessica?
You didn't tell me her surname, so...
Oh, sorry. Her name's Jessica Brumley.
Jessica Brumley.
Oh, Brumley. I haven't seen Jessica today. Well, no, I haven't seen her today. Sorry.
Alright, thank you.
Have you seen her in the last few weeks then?
Who, Jessica?
Yeah,
Yes.
Soapy, you would have seen her on Saturday. It's currently Monday, and the doctor says, I think I saw her yesterday. She came in for her kid's prescription.
You say it's Monday?
I believe so.
No, it's Sunday.
Did you go and look up the calendar and find the 14th
Yes.
of September? Okay.
Wow.
Oh, did I
Do you
miss
wanna-
the party?
Do you want to change that to
Leap
the
years.
15th?
I just sort of sigh and say, yes, Borgvard, you missed the party.
You're right. Okay. You saw her on Friday, Soapy. Sorry, and
What was that? Sorry, you cut out there.
sorry. You saw her on Friday rather than Saturday.
Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the doctor saw her yesterday on Saturday. Sorry.
Okay, so
It is a Sunday. You're correct. I probably have that in my notes somewhere, and I've just been going by the dates.
Maybe the party's next Sunday.
Party is next Sunday. Yes, you do know this.
that's the moment I was starting to look like, what?
Sorry for the confusion there.
That's right.
I'm gonna blame the heat, but it's probably my bad notes.
Blame the heat.
It's not a bad excuse.
But with this awkward exchange and the openings of the mysteries, I think we'll leave it there. So,
Very good.
thank you everyone who's been watching today for this first iteration of the Curse of St. Craythorne case of the Kingfisher files.
Solid page of notes.
We're not here next week because various people of us are in London for various events, and but we will be back. If you keep posted, make sure you join the Discord and keep around for a date. If you have missed part of the stream,
I think I found a date.
it will be posted on YouTube very shortly. And if you're listening in a podcast version, thank you very much. But yeah, we'll leave it with the sort of beginning trappings of the case being realized, and after meeting every member of the party in one place. Until next time, goodbye now.
Bye.
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 Bye.